bullshit.
Step right up, got tickets on sale. In today's episode, trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's out the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Come on! Witness the greatest show on earth. Ignore the flames.
It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. I made it to another week. And 13 of you made it with me. Woohoo. We're killing it. So, well, hello, beautiful little bit. Yeah, I decided we'd just have a fun stream tonight. So I'm just going to drop the link and see what pops up. Yeah, we'll just have fun. Within reason. I think I've had enough stress. So I'll go through and say, hey, Mishka won the boobies, but she passed them on. But she passed them on to Beer. I mean, I'm sure he'd love to have them because he'd just, play with it till he got the other one. Right, Beer? So, yeah. And Little Bit. An Army Vet. And Miss Mouse, I didn't see her in here yet. And Outlaw. And Mr. James, how are you, sir? I hardly ever see you in the YouTube streets anymore. And Willie's Pub. How are you? Why don't you have a wrench? Oh, please, I'll get you one in a minute. Chili Dog, good evening. And Scum Dog, how are ya? Mr. Hairbag, how are ya? And Dozer, how are ya? Yeah, Gigi had my first scary moment with Little Miss. ER trip. We're both okay. She's all clear. Her arm all bruised up. Like car wreck type of... Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so glad you guys are okay, but dang. That's scary stuff. Yeah. So, till I hear back from her. Well, there's 19 in here. we got kind of some results back that I think are good. We still haven't actually verbally talked to the doctor, but I think you went down half a flight of steps with her in my arms at your brother's house. Oh my God. So scary. I'm so glad you guys are okay. Hey, Flatty, how are you, sweetie? Dang, I'm so glad you guys are okay, honey. Um, yeah, we, he, the results that we got and how we read them says that they are non-malignant. So, to me, that's good. I'm just going to go with that. Oh, thank you, Willie. Yeah. We're just going to go with the fact that they're saying, well, we're not just going to go with that. I should say, we still have our appointment, and if with any luck, we will actually get to talk to her before then. Because trust me, I'm pushing for that. But I kind of got to let, Marv be the one to decide. Marv went and had double hernia surgery, and in the process, they took out some lymph nodes and had them checked. So we're waiting to hear back, but I think that we're okay. I'm trying not to, I'm trying to be real, but I think it's gonna be okay. Yes, LW, yes, it is good. So just kind of it's one of those things where you don't want to think the worst, and I had to be positive, but inside I was screaming. So I'm still a little nervous, but I feel a little bit better after. Well, Marv emailed them and they sent back what they believed was, that everything was good. But at that point they said, okay, now you got to wait for the oncologist report and the pathologist. And so we got those, and they were the ones that said everything looked non-malignant or whatever. Malignant. No, non-malignant. Not malignant. Yeah. I'm telling you, no. On top of getting that news, we also, our pellet stove quit. So my son ordered up the part, came over and put it in today. Then Marv was like, oh, well, we should also go get a new air conditioner and put it in today too. So, and you don't argue with a man that's not feeling good. You just do whatever it is he says we need to do. So that's what we did. So, yes. You got a windstorm, Ma? Dang. Okay, so I'm going to share the link again. So anybody, y'all can come up. I'm not. We're just going to have a kickback night. And, visit about whatever. I don't really care. What else? So anyways, I feel like that's really good news that we're going to celebrate here. We got Easter coming, and if he's feeling good enough to get up into the RV, I will take him camping. And I want to take our toad with us. So, because I haven't towed the toad yet. So I got to tow the toad, right? You got to tow the toad. I'm going to have a t-shirt with that. You got to tow the toad. You got to tow the toad to be an RVer, right? I would enjoy coming in and socializing, but I'm on my way to bed. Well, you have a very good rest, Willie. Thank you for coming by and checking us out and hanging out with us. I don't know why LW ain't coming up here. He was here. He said, well, that's good. At 7:13. My time. Yeah. So what else do I know? Got our pellet stove working and our new air conditioner in, which actually this air conditioner is smaller than the other one was, but seems to work better than the other one. Sorry, we've been exhausted. Let me tell you. So what else have I seen? I seen some weird stuff, like another plane crash. Can't remember where it was at. And then I seen we're in Cabo. I think it was a Delta flight. It had 147 passengers. It got there at like 10:43 at night. They wouldn't let them get off the aircraft. They made them stay on all night because the customs agents had already left for the night. So they made them stay on the airplane all night until like 6:30 the next morning. Let me tell you what. They would have seen one disgruntled bitch. It wouldn't have been good. Does that qualify for glamping? No. No. I want my own bed glamping. Like my own bed. That's glamping. You know what glamping is. It's been gorgeous here. I think it got to 76 today. It was just beautiful. Yesterday, too. I'm excited. Yay. And I don't seem to be... My arms did kind of welt up a little bit. I can see some. But my neck, knock on wood, isn't. I'm so glad. And my eyes aren't going crazy. Ain't enough peanuts or alcohol for an overnighter on one of those, right? Why am I freaking yawning so much? It was beautiful there too. No rain, thank God. Yeah. It was gorgeous here. Marv wanted to plant the garden. I'm like, okay. You know what I did? Sit down. Yesterday, he went outside and planted the peas that he had been soaking. I mean, it's all but he wouldn't just stop at planting them. No. He went over and got the water in the water bucket and watered the plants. All of them. Like, all the seeds that he'd planted. I'm like, dude. And, finally he did let our grandson do it. So that helped. I felt a little better that he wasn't out there doing it. Yeah. Yeah, and then I also seen where another aircraft crashed. Where was it? I don't remember where it was at. But there were doctors on there and an NCAA player. Was it in Dallas? I want to say it was Dallas, but I could be wrong on that. Did anyone else hear that China is now saying that people can eat grass if tariffs happen? Oh, fuck. Fuck China. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Weird. Anyways, I keep posting this, and then I forget to pin it. Not too bright, right? It's okay. Don't worry about me. It's been a long day. I got up I woke up at 6. I think I just heard the garage door shut, which means my husband was outside. I'm going to beat him. Where am I going? I'm going to my live. Outlaw, welcome back. Did the wind blow you away? Hey, Kim, how are you? We are just hanging out. Enjoying this wonderful Tuesday evening. I'm sure I sound extremely boring, but because usually I'm talking about some stupid shit, but I just I don't feel into it. Okay, Willie's Pub. You need a wrench. And there it is. Go back. Let me pin that fucker. There. Okay. All right. Now it's pinned. So, what else do I know? What else did I see on the news today? I have no idea. I didn't get to watch much news today or see much news today because of all of our big adventures. So Marv is on the loose. He will, on the meds, of course. He's trying really hard not to, but he can't help it. I knew he wasn't gonna just, I knew the minute he could get up and move around, he would. Well, the first day he got home, he was like, no, I feel pretty good. I'm like, yeah, that's because you're on a pain blocker, you dumb shit. Well, I didn't call him dumb shit, but because I felt really bad for him, dude. I didn't even know they'd cut on him to begin with on both sides until after we got home. Hey, P-Digits, how are you? Well, that's what he keeps doing. He'll take, one of those pain meds, and then he'll lay down for a while, and then pretty soon he's like, oh, I feel pretty good. Okay. That's what he did yesterday when he decided he'd go out and poke some peas in the soil. Mm-hmm. Not a good idea. This morning he was like, "Oh my gosh, can you go get me one of those pain pills?" I was like, "Yeah," because he's trying not to take them. He really hates to take any of that shit. But I mean, it's, oh. Somebody said it's kind of like a C-section because they cut on both sides. So yeah, ow, ow, ow. But I can't wait till he starts feeling better, and then we can. And I mean, feeling better as in all he needs to do is be able to sit up. And I want him to enjoy it, though. I don't want him to take him out there and him be miserable. So I need him to not at least be in pain. Mr. Andy, how are you, sir? Oh, he's tough. He is tough. Well, and see, the thing about it is he'll do the part where he wants to be a bit of a baby, but then he'll want to do this kind of stuff. Like, if he has a cold, he's like, "Oh my God, I think I'm going to die." I'm like, "It's a cold, honey. You'll be all right." But then he'll something like this, and he's like, "I'm going to go out and plant the garden." The fuck you are? No, you're not. I mean, I literally had to tell him today, no, get right back in here. I did let him go to the hardware store with me to have a piece of plexiglass cut. That's it. That's the only thing he was allowed to do. And he went with Sean to pick out the air conditioner. That was it. He did exactly. He does. Well, you know, Andy. I mean, Mr. Duggar always says that we should always praise Marv because he took one for the team. Poor Marv. He's fine. Oh. It was kind of a big relief, though, just getting those results. I mean, it did make you feel a little bit better. Like I told him, we do need to hear from the doctor first. Exactly, Ma. You do have the pillows. Yes, that's right. Well, that is right. He does. He's always, I mean, I don't know that he'll ever not want to work. This is what I'm kind of hoping that this little scare woke him up to, okay, we really do need to take the time to, you know, enjoy life. It's not all about work. So I'm hoping. But, you know, I can't push it because it's got to be his idea. Shh. I don't know if he got his stuff fixed or not, but if somebody don't turn that into a short, I'm telling you what, that was the funniest shit. My stomach hurt so bad by the time I got off there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thanks, P did it. Yeah, man. Watching Mr. Duggar try to figure that out in that headlamp, it was just priceless. And Mr. Duggar took it good. I mean, he knows. He would laugh. I mean, I would expect them all to laugh at me if I was doing that stupid shit too. I know they would. Wouldn't you, LW? That was the funniest shit. Oh my god. I should put it on my. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can copy him. Okay, just a minute. Let me get my shit here. I didn't send anybody links because I just figured I'd post a link. So that's why you guys didn't get links. Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. We're gonna put on glasses. Hold, please. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Hi, Weston. So, reverb. I need LW or TF to do it. It'd be way funnier. Reverb. See, mine don't work that way, so it don't matter. I can do that all day long. I'll never hear it in there. What, LW? We all can laugh at ourselves. Last night, they had an auction on my fatness on Full Show. I sold at 402 pounds, I think. Wait, last night? What was last night? You guys didn't do a show last night, did you? And you did it without me? Get your ass up here, LW. Now I want to know. How are you, Weston? Did I miss anybody else while I was being stupid over there? Mm-hmm. Nope. Okay. Okay, so. Oh my gosh, that was the funniest shit ever, you guys. I'm telling you. Just the way he leaned over in there and did the whole reverb. I don't know what else to do. Now I want a Cyclops light. Think of the possibilities. I know. Dude. I've always had one. They were actually for my crafts because I'd have to look at like little intricate shit. Magnifying glasses and all kinds of shit. What do I have? Let's listen to some clips until maybe somebody will decide to come up.
I'm sorry. No, 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 no. Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
What's the other one? Let's try this one.
And then the news cockatoos come out. Watch the news. Trust the experts. Trust the experts. Trust the science. Trust the science. CDC, CDC. Dr. Fauci, Dr. Fauci. Mask on, mask off. 2 shots, 1 shot. Mask on, 2 masks. Comply, comply. 6 foot safe. Do what?
Just fuck. It's exactly how I felt. Well, at first, until I woke up to it all and went, wait, no. What's this one? I don't remember what this is. Let's see. That one fucked up, I remember. This one didn't, though.
Hello? You order Chinese food? Oh, we got our food here. It's cold outside. Oh, you fat fuck. You got egg roll. You got dumplings, spare ribs. You got everything. Everything.
What else? Oh, these. These are funny.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer.
ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer.
CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer. Early Start. Brought to you by Pfizer. Friday night on Aaron Burnett Out Front. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This week with George Stephanopoulos is brought to you by Pfizer.
Today's countdown to the royal wedding is brought to you by Pfizer.
And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
Meet the Press data download brought to you by Pfizer.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer.
On how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson.
I am so frustrated.
She seems frustrated. Okay. So, where in the fuck? Ooh. We had the doors open all day. I had some weird bug, and now that fly. He's gonna have to go. Yeah, that was some pretty shitty stuff they tried to do to us. 5 feet die, 6 feet live, right? It's a science. Just like if you stood in line, you had to have a mask on, but once you got to your table, you could take the mask off. I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? Yeah, do what James said. Hit the like, man. The mental health of so many has become a pandemic, right? Brought to us by Pfizer. Yeah. Yep. That's why I can't wait till Marv starts feeling better. I told him, that's it. This just means we are back out on the trails. He's like, oh, shit. Wait, maybe I don't feel good. What else do I know? I don't know what else I know. And I don't save lots of music shit. This one I don't think turned out. Did it?
The war has turned.
Vive la liberté. You must order the surrender.
How could it come to this? An army of rabble, peasants. Everything will change. Everything has changed.
Hey, Status, what's up? How are ya? Yep. Our mental health, we all need to be out. Walking, doing something, hiking, something. I'm ready. For now, I'll just settle for, taking the rig out and glamping. But as soon as he can hike, you're finding frog hair? You walk, Status? There you go. See? One foot in front of the other. That's what I loved about hiking. It wasn't hard. You just put one foot in front of the other. Try to not fall off the side if you were on a steep part, which I never like. I don't do good with heights. I think it's because I fell off of a mountain once when I was little. Hang tight? Okay. Hold tight. Big dog Maz. The dogs need out. They gotta pay. That fucking thing. Oh, thanks, James. I didn't get to do any of that today because everything got, hubbub. Thank you very much, James. That must be where everybody's coming in from. Thank you. Much appreciated. Status gave up surfing 3 years ago, as I did dirt biking a couple months ago because I'm old. Dirt biking. Yank and Anne. Wait, I missed. What happened to Marv? Hope he's okay. He had a double hernia surgery and they took out some lymph nodes and so, and we were a little concerned because of how they titled the whole test thing. They called it a leukemia lymphoma flow. And so that kind of scared us, just the way and then inside the test results, they talked about Hodgkin's disease and I don't know, a few other things. So it kind of scared us a little. But then we heard back from the doctor today. Marv had emailed him yesterday. And so they gave a little better. She said everything looked good, but we needed to wait for the pathology report and the oncologist. And so both of which actually put their reports in. And the way we read it, it reads that everything's fine. No malignancy, non-malignant or something to that effect. So hopefully it's all good. But we'll know more on, I don't know, the end of April is when they have us going in. It's nuts. But yes, that's the deal. So thanks everybody for thinking of him and all that good stuff. I think we're gonna be okay. You never write, you never call to write, right, James? James, why are you not writing and calling, damn it? So I pinned the link if anybody is wanting to come up. I am not really talking about anything specific. We can still talk about whatever, politics or what, it doesn't matter. But I didn't plan an agenda. I just figured we'd have hopefully a fun stream where people would come up and we'd all talk. But for some reason, I've been up here for 41 minutes and nobody's came up. Way older than you, youngster, son, honey. Son, honey. Miss Flatty. Yeah, so we're just hanging out. Been working on trying to get my RV ready. And taking care of Marv. And, all the things. I actually troubleshot the pellet stove so that my son could order the part and then could come and take out the part and put in the new one. And thank God he was here to do that because that thing was a pain in the ass. I don't think I could have. I mean, I'm sure I could have, but I'd have probably broke some shit getting it done. Does the RV have a bidet? No. 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 Ew. No. Just because, ew. But you would think it would, as much shit as it has, P. Digits. Holy moly. It's got a lot of stuff. It's like, when it's pulled out, it's 16 across. It's 16 feet wide. There's LW. What's up?
Hola.
How are ya? Wait, let me put me on. Let me get my
You
audio.
do whatever you want to.
Okay, let me fix me here.
That is good news, though, about Marv.
Now. Yeah, all the way through it, it kept saying malignant. My daughter read it too after Marv read it, and I read it. And so I felt pretty comfortable feeling that it was, good news. So I'm sure they're going to want to go and check it frequently because I think they are kind of wondering, like, why are they swelling up? It seems a little strange. But, the malignancy was the biggest thing.
Yeah, it could just be inflammation or,
Yeah.
Issues with, I don't know. But I'm sure they've seen it enough to where they kind of know by looking at it, like, it's probably nothing. But, and then they have to go through all the cross the T's and dot all the I's and do it
yes,
all the way through just to verify. But
yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it definitely made us. I mean, I know Marv felt tons better. He was like on the phone. he did a group text all his buddies, and then of course called his mom, and so he was on it. So just because they have been as worried as we've been, and at least like he said, he did explain to him, we don't know what what the doctor's going to say, but here's what it looks like, and so yeah, it seems like a good prognosis. We're going to go with it.
But I've known people that gone through that. That is frustrating. They've gone through stuff like that before, and they're like, "Oh well, we're going to schedule an appointment to tell you what's wrong with you in 5 weeks." And you're like, "Can you just tell me now?"
Yeah, you want me to wait? I mean,
Yeah, just torture you for 5 weeks.
yeah. Yeah, and it was bad enough. This was the 23rd. I was like, okay, well, guess what? Yeah, we're probably not going to wait that long. Just letting you know. And we didn't. I mean, immediately it was, well, can you explain these test results to me? Well, that's the same thing they're going to do to you on the 23rd is, I mean, I'm sure they'll go a little more in depth, but, and he said to him, can you explain this to me in layman terms, not in your medical terms? Do you please dumb it down for a 4th grader? Yes, those charts, yeah. Well, and it's all these stupid numbers like C4NDY test /J. What the? Hello, what is that? And
You're like, I'm not good at algebra. What does this mean?
Exactly.
Do I got to carry the Y? Like, what is it?
Yeah, that's shit. Let's go back to Common Core math. Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Oh no, just another day, winding down, chilling out.
Nice. No, I'm not doing the wolves tonight. I don't have the energy for it, Yank. But you are so welcome to come up here and visit. Just I don't want to talk about the wolves. If you get me going off on that, we'll have issues. Plus, you'll have issues with Marv. He'll come in here and bust a fucking stitch or something. Don't do that.
The wolves. What are we talking about?
Oh, those fucking dire wolves, the ones that they're reincarnating or whatever the hell they're doing.
I read somewhere that it wasn't like a full replication of. It's just like they took a little bit of it, but it wasn't. It's not like it's the actual same, from what I read.
Yeah. Now they'll just be 4 feet tall and they'll only be able to rip one leg off at a time instead of both. It'll be great.
Yeah, they can do all that stuff, but they don't have cures for cancer or whatever. Also,
right, exactly. Yeah. Parkinson's. Yeah.
This famous woman in a fucking rocket that looks like a dick and shoot them.
Right.
They can make fucking rockets return in reverse to Earth and all this stuff. But
looks like God's reaching out and grabbing it and sticking it back in its spot.
Yeah, but no, your cancer, fuck you. You're gonna. We haven't got around to that yet.
Exactly. Yeah, it does definitely make you look at just the whole, well, especially with our government. I swear, sometimes it's like they have fucking rocks for brains. What was it the other day? Oh my gosh, what were they arguing over? I can't remember what they were arguing over. It was something so stupid. I actually had to, it was on a YouTube channel and it was one of those, you know how it'll say that it's not CNN, but it's a guy that acts like he's CNN. It's called something different, like it's CNN, but it's CNN with I can't remember what it is. But anyways, he has a bunch of different channels and he posts and it's all political channel. They're all political interviews or whatever it is that's gone on. So, and he posts them all over YouTube. Well, I'm telling you what, the other day he posted one and it was there. I can't remember who it was regarding, or
this sounds fascinating, Gigi.
well, the reason I bring it up is because it was one of those kind of
what are you talking about?
Well, it was one of the, it was like from Congress, like it was, but you couldn't, the entire thing was, it was basically, I can't remember the woman's name, so she was a liberal Democrat, more liberal than Democrat. Like
maybe the chat can help. Did y'all see a story this week from some guy and some lady on some channel we don't know the name of, and we can't remember what they said? Do you remember? Y'all remember what it was?
Okay, thank you. Just get me out of it, because that's where I need to be. Is like pull me from it.
Oh man,
it's been a long day. I'm telling you.
No,
it has been a really long day.
But I hear you, man. That one lady we don't know, and that one guy.
That's right.
Talking about that thing, I can't remember.
I remember what her name was.
It's pretty badass, actually.
She's not really big into the. She is in politics, but she's not like one of the. She's a blonde and she's an older lady, and I want to say she's from Texas.
A blonde older lady from Texas.
Fuck it, just forget it. See, it's just never gonna go right.
Well, what were they talking about? Let's forget all like who it was, but what were they talking about?
Well, she couldn't have been from Texas, because she was a liberal woman. Like, and most of them they're kind of Republican from Texas, right?
Texas is probably about 60-40 conservative. It's not super red, no.
Well, they were talking about what hasn't, like, she was bringing up the fact that she loved how everything was being done. It was regarding Doge, and she loved what they were bringing, everything that was being dug up and everything. But where were the real receipt? She wasn't seeing any actual result. All we were seeing is them talking about it, and she hadn't seen a whole lot. So but what was fascinating to me is how she could see certain parts so clear, like the fact that they were digging it up, and she understood that. But then she immediately said, no, I don't believe none of it, because you won't bring receipt. You didn't bring receipts they didn't bring any receipts today. And I think this was from like last week.
Oh, well, I've kind of said the same thing. It's like, okay, that's all great and everything, but like, they just come out in a news conference and say, hey, we found 100 million in waste and fraud in this one. Have a good day. And the press conference is over. Okay. Well, wouldn't you like just to see some proof of it? That way it can circulate in the media and get posted on X. Like here, like you can't argue with it, but here it is on paper, but there really isn't anything on paper. It's just word of mouth. All we're doing is really taking their word for it.
Well, on the Doge website, there are some that actually show receipts, but not as many as I would have hoped there, would be. Hey, Scott. Good to see you. I mean, like, if you look at the Doge website, they do have some, and maybe it's just lists of it, but it's still, and they literally lay out, where they're finding this money at, how much, where, and whether it's stopped now or whether it's going to stop in the future. Like, they haven't stopped it now, but it's on its way out. But a lot of that shit, they have They have stopped. And here's my biggest thing is, and just seeing where Ann put fraud, that's for me probably one of the biggest thing is, okay, then if there's fraud, if anybody finds out that you or I are doing fraud, guess what? One of us going to we're going to jail. There's going to be there's going to be something.
Right. They arrest, but you get in trouble, and it's arrest you now, and we'll figure out the truth later.
Yeah, right. But so I don't understand how you found it, but there's not one arrest. I mean, look, chop chop, let's go.
Listen. Doge is investigating me, so you know. Well, there you go.
Are you sure?
Well, you remember the thing about the IRS where I tried to file my taxes?
Oh, yeah.
Instantly got flagged as potential fraud and abuse, and I had to took me 3 days to contact the IRS. Was on hold for a total of about 7 hours, and I talked to the tax people, and then I talked to the IRS. They're like, "Yes, we're doing random checks to make sure that you are who you say you are." And then the last time I talked to them, they said, "Okay, it'll be 9 to 12 weeks, and we'll let you know if you're actually you." Like, cool, thanks.
All right. Get back to me. If I'm not, could you give me my next you? Could you give me a clear, like, I'd like to have everything. I'd like to have a glowing, I want to be worth about $500 million.
Right. I mean,
make that happen.
And that's just my luck too. Out of 350 million, I'm one of the fuckers who gets flagged for a random. It's basically like a police checkpoint. They're just doing random checks. Let's see if this fucker's real or not. Well, I've only been paying taxes for 31 years.
And right now they're fondling your balls.
Right.
And she's a short little Mexican chick. And she looks right at you and says, "Hold still."
And of course, little old me, I'm a billionaire, so I'm worth all this kind of money. We need to investigate this fucking guy.
Where is Mr. Duggar? Is he mad at us?
I hope not. I doubt it.
He ain't mad at us. He would not be mad at us. I know he's got way thicker skin than that. And that was funny shit, man. Dude, I swear. There must have been about fucking 10 different times since that happened that I've just thought about it and just busted up fucking laughing. It was that airplane you have, LW.
What?
That was a flag. Yeah. It was your airplane that you have. That was the flag.
Probably so. I tried to write off my 3 Rolls Royces and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, I don't think so, buddy.
We skated right through, no problem. Of course, we owed them $5,000, so that could have something to do with it. Oh no, we didn't owe them $5,000. We owed state $5,000. But
why? Probably, I don't know. What was that? 20 years ago or 25 years ago? I had, one of these places do my taxes for me, and they screwed it up. And I thought everything was good. And of course, the IRS doesn't tell you. They'll spot check me now randomly, but 25 years ago, they didn't let me know up front or right after that, hey, you screwed up, your taxes are screwed up. So they waited like a decade to tell me. But in that decade, I had compounded penalties and interest.
Yeah. So
I went from screwing it up where I was supposed to, that I owed them $2,000 with all the penalties and interest. I owed them $10,000. I was like, well, I appreciate y'all getting back to me so quickly. So then I had to pay him 10 grand.
We had some
All
friends.
because they sent the letter almost a decade later.
Mhm. We had some friends that she had all different kinds of jobs along the way, but he was a real estate appraiser and he was self-employed. And we told him like the first couple of years he'd get really pissed because I mean he'd owe like some astronomical fucking amount of money, and we'd be like, Jesus, if you just pay it quarterly or something monthly instead of once a year, it wouldn't be quite so bad. Well, he wouldn't listen to us, and he wouldn't listen to us, and sure shit, he kept telling us. He told Marvin, he goes, it's bullshit. You go to that CPA and you guys cheat your way through. Marv goes, yeah, that's what happens. I cheat my way through. I go to a legal CPA and I cheat my way through taxes.
Right.
You try to do the taxes yourself or just don't do them at all. And then you're pissed because you owe a bunch in taxes. Well, this went on for like 4 or 5 years. And all of a sudden, we were best friends. I was best friends with her, and Marv was best friend. Well, not best friend, but really good friends. Anyways, with him. And she comes to the house one day and she's like, holy shit, the IRS has wiped out our bank account.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? She's like, they wiped the entire thing out. There was like $4,500 in there. I'm like, how does that happen? And she's like, well, we were supposed to pay like a payment, and I thought Mark paid it, and da da da. And she went on and on, and I'm like, well, obviously fucking not. Did you call them? And she's like, well, yeah, and they just told me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, you probably better go home and tell the old man. She's like, yeah, I don't want to. I'm like, you probably better. So anyways, I couldn't even believe that you could let it go to that point where they're actually taking it out of your account. I mean, that she really, and she's like, well, I mean, it had been, come to find out, it had been like 6 months and he hadn't paid them. And she was just banking on it that he had. And I told her, I said, you can't just assume that he had because, and then you get out of it that easy. Because she said, well, I don't think I should be at fault for it. How do you figure? It's your name on the taxes too. That's how that works.
Well, it's set up against you from the beginning. I mean, what's the tax code? Like 7,000 pages?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Who's going to read that? And then you screw up something on your taxes, and they're like, well, in section on page 3,462, section A, verse 5, whatever the fuck, like the Bible or whatever. Like, nobody's reading that crap. You know what I mean?
Well, in all reality, and this is what I told Marv years later, they filed bankruptcy. Well, not bankruptcy. They filed a thing with the IRS and went to court and was able to basically get out. They owed like $45,000 at that point, and they got out of paying all of it, but like a couple grand. I'm like, you know what? And here we thought they were the idiots. I'm feeling a little idiot-ish now. We paid all that money, and here they didn't, and in the end, they ended up paying $2,000. I'm like, damn. And it was because there was some outfit, one of those legal firms that you come to us and we'll get you out of that. La, 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 la. And they did. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the meme, you make the money, they take your money, and then at the end of the year, they know how much you owe, but they want you to figure out, and you better not make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
What a great job just to sit there and take people's money for a living.
Right?
Speaking of the IRS, what's up, Nate?
What's up, LW? What's up,
The IRS. What's up, Nate?
Not much.
Yank said, I just use an illegal social security number without a real ID, and I'm getting back $43,000 in child tax credits and food stamps.
Wow, I need to hire Yank as my tax guy.
No doubt.
Hey, hang tight. I gotta. My dog is chewing on my baseball hat. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yank, I think they call him some kind of card now. What the fuck is it? It's got the. Oh my God! What?
Did you get the hat, LW?
I can't remember what it is. They're not food stamps now. They're called something else. Yeah. They get a card now. So they look like they're official. Like they get a credit card. Snap. Is that what it is? Snap card. Yeah, sure.
Snapchat?
Yeah. No, Snap cards.
Oh.
Snap cards. Huh. So how are you, Nate?
Doing good. Just got done with fucking training videos for work.
Yuck.
I agree.
Hate that shit.
I do too.
Brainwashing.
It is brainwashing. It's like everything you know, and you have to learn it for no reason.
Well, yeah. It's everything you don't want to know that they make you relearn again.
Yeah, exactly.
You were trying to forget all that shit.
Yep. Well, I mean, I get paid to do it, so I mean.
Yeah, what the hell? It all pays the same.
Yeah.
So is it nice where you're at?
Me? It was like high as 75 degrees, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice here too.
It was sunny, but I mean, I wasn't outside the whole time because I was dishwashing inside.
I think ours was 76 or something here.
Nice.
It was nice and warm.
That's good. Spring's near.
Yep.
Yeah.
My daughter-in-law, though, she got a surgery done on her sinuses and all that. And I don't think it worked because she's been on antibiotics since she's had her surgery, and that was months ago.
Hopefully that doesn't happen to me because I had to have surgery for my back vertebrae. So.
Yeah.
It's just my back doctor that is doing the surgery, or I don't know how that works, but the doctor that I use he's nice guy and all that. What doctors should be, laid back. Anyways, the point is that he said I'm gonna be in the hospital for 2 days, just for the back surgery and stuff, and then after that, he said he warned me that it's gonna be painful right after I, move out of the hospital and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully, I'm sure it'll all go good, Nate. You're a nice, healthy boy.
Well, I'm young.
Yep.
From a biopsy, they found a bone tumor and lower vertebrae, I think, in the back. And no, it's not cancer, thank God. So, it's just
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. It's a Pacific word.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts like a freaking kind of like it feels like you have weight on your back and it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I don't have really weight on my back.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having this pain since now 3 years.
Yeah. You're awful young. We having back pain.
I know, that's what I said.
But when I've always heard though that people that are tall in stature like that will have a lot of, you know, bone necessarily joint or whatever problems because they are so big in stature that it takes a lot to hold all that up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Was that disease that hopefully I don't have it, but was that disease when you keep growing you might die?
Can't remember the name of it, but I know like Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
I don't think
there's a book about, well, not a book about it, but there's a book that there was a character in a book that was a friend of a girl, close friend, I guess, and this is like, colored picture book, and I forgot the name of the book, but still, he died like 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, due to whatever it's called. Name's Dozier. But yeah.
Oh, Yank's got the name, and he wants me to be able to say that name.
What?
Can you sound it out for us, Yank?
Right? Get on up here, Yank, and say it.
I'm up here. What the hell saying? No. I can't say that.
Meglia. Agromeglia. 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 I don't know.
I'm playing some golf. Not actual golf, but like golf game.
Oh. He's giving us his phonics. Agromegla.
See? No Yank would spell it out for us dumbasses.
Agromegla. Hey, I can spell it.
That's the way you just keep on growing.
This is Agromegla.
And you know what? Yank probably never Googled that either. That's probably stuck in his head. That's kind of the stuff that like is in his head. Words like that.
Gotcha.
Either that or he's cussing us out in a different language. It's
you know who would be great for your guys' brandy taste, and Yank would be good for that. That thing you're doing with fools and
yeah.
The what?
That brandy tasting thing that you're doing with, or that I don't know what it is with the guy from Texas.
Oh, Guy Fieri, or what do you call it?
No. The LW and Fools, and he's sending those whiskey.
Oh, I forgot all about it. I don't know.
Well, that's what it was. That's what you get.
Or huge cock syndrome.
No, I want
whiskey tasting podcast. Yeah, it was.
Huge cock syndrome.
Yeah, and they were gonna have Baker be there too. Oh God, LW, we're in on the conversation, you fucker.
Hey, you know what? I'm allowed to forget. I'm allowed to forget.
You're not. You are not. You're not even 50. So
just you know what? No, I'm allowed to forget the conversation because you know how many times I talk to people late night on here, like Fools and other people, and have these long conversations, but everybody I'm talking to is either high or drunk, and they never remember anything.
That is true.
Ever.
I always remember.
I get one mulligan.
Okay, well, it was about him sending you guys all that whiskey. Remember?
Oh.
And Fools was like, yeah, and you can go pick it up, LW.
Oh, now I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Now I remember.
Did we really go?
Kind of.
And you know what? You're right. I do remember now. And it was Tuesday today that I was supposed to go over to his little thing and pick it up.
Damn.
LW.
Well, you know, he lives in Georgia, so
You had one fucking job.
I blew it.
But
That's it. I don't know. Okay, well, that's okay. That means you can pick up more. And then we can get some sent to Yank too. See? And then y'all can do your taste. And Yank, I'm telling you, he'd be perfect for it with you guys. And y'all have those voices that, like, it's perfect.
I mean, I know Baker has a good voice. I'm just saying. I don't know if you all know Baker, but
Well, I've heard him a few times on the show.
yeah.
Where did W go?
I'm here.
Oh.
I was seeing if I could Google that guy.
What
What the hell's his name?
The humble.
Oh yeah, the
Humble.
humble.
Bumble.
What the hell was it?
Alamagra? I don't know.
Was it the Humble Distillery? Or
I don't know.
Nate, you're supposed to be taking notes of this stuff.
I don't take notes. I just guess.
Well, you're our new note taker.
Yank, what was that guy's name? What was the distillery?
Well, regardless, I'm not going over there at 10:30 to go get it. So
Yankee Redneck? No, that's not it.
Well, he said he's there like other days too.
Yeah, I'll
And
just
you
go
said,
back.
"Oh,
And,
yeah."
I'll go back and listen to the show. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll buy a few bottles. I'll mail them out to. I'll mail you one, Yank. Mail one to Fools.
Yeah, because they're just little bottles of. Yeah, that'll be cool. Woohoo! You guys can do the whole smoking a cigar and doing your taste testing. Yep. I think it'll be cool.
Oh.
So what are y'all doing for Easter this weekend? You got the grandkids over and stuff, or what?
I think. Oh, you go ahead, Nate.
No, sorry. The ladies go first.
Well, I didn't think you had grandkids yet, Nate.
We are. I think we're gonna go to our son's house and do it there. He has a great big, huge green yard with lots of tulips and it's got like the old-fashioned yard, so it's a really nice one. So I think we'll go there and do that. But I don't know. If Marvin's feeling up to it, then we may go out camping for a couple days, which won't be very far from Sean's house, and then we'll just go to Sean's for Easter.
Now this is double hernia surgery, right?
It is both sides. Plus, they took some out of his the lymph nodes out of his left side of his leg.
Yeah, with those hernia surgeries, man, I've had people in my family and friends that have had that done. You can very easily mess that thing up. Or mess yourself up. I remember you saying earlier before I came on about him wanting to do a bunch of stuff. He's got to take it light, man. You can really screw yourself up after a hernia surgery.
That's what I told him. I mean, when I seen him with that freaking, it was the the little watering can for watering flowers. It was like, what in the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, there's only a gallon in here. And she said, I just couldn't lift over 20 pounds. I'm like, you know what? I don't want you lifting anything, okay? I made it really clear that I would do whatever it is that you need to do, okay? You just we're gonna make sure you heal easy. And normally I'm not like this. Normally I'm like, yeah, you'll heal. We're gonna lick it. Come on, let's go. You'll be fine. But I really want him to heal from this. I don't want him to, and I mean, he's already dealt with this once, so. And then, of course, that was kind of a big scare when they started talking about what they were doing. And I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? I didn't realize they were doing that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've known people it's happened to. They get back into regular life too soon, and they end up back on the surgery table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either, so.
Yeah, what is he doing?
Oh, my goodness.
Got something in his hand. I feel like I have to. I'm looking at him on the ring. Oh, I think he took a little bag out to the garbage, which is, he's probably okay there. Poor guy.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that's cool. Just, not, hey, I'm going to go cut some wood. Or,
Hey, Wanda. Yeah, I mean, that's why I told him, I'm like, dude, you got to be really careful. Yank, did you just seriously put your address out in the live chat? Yank.
Oh, Nick.
I think he did.
I did? No.
No, Yank did.
I'd probably take that down.
Yeah, I just don't want people to have. Yeah.
Ah, my dog is so stupid.
Wow.
Hey.
Yank, hey, Yank, you should come up. Hello, Wanda.
Woohoo!
Wanda.
How are you, darling?
I want
And looky, who's here?
Looky, Mr. Duggar.
Bobs.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Gigi was worried that you were mad at us still.
Fuck all you people.
Yeah, fuck it. Come bring it. Found happens when people fuck around. Yes, Yank, but still, I'm not gonna let him do that with your address.
Duggars, I was not there, so don't know.
No, Nate, you still good.
You're not on the shit list yet, buddy.
Yeah.
Mr. Duggars laughed, and he said it was fine. And he even told one of them that if you don't laugh about that shit, then you're ridiculously retarded, because that shit's funny.
You couldn't find that funny. You ain't got no sense of humor getting there anyway. Mo, how are you doing, dog?
Where's that video?
Those Wanda. Laddie, what up, sister girl? Hope all y'all doing
on Friday nights or Saturday nights. We're doing good, Mr. Duggar. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm just too blessed to be stressed.
And did you have a successful selling barbecue?
Oh, we had so much fucking. I didn't drink that much PBR beer and.
I wondered if you got sloshed.
Yeah, I didn't get sloshed, but I got a glow. And we sold out on barbecue. We had people wanting to fight over the scraps. No, we were here first. Hey, what we're going to do is we're going to split them up between you. But Homie was sending people out there with some big plates for $20 a plate. You could have really fed two people. You eat that whole plate he was giving you. You a Mr. Duggar. I can throw down. It's time to eat. But
Well, it
yeah,
sounds like you had a good time.
yeah, we didn't have any trouble. Didn't have no weird people. Well, we had probably had a couple weird people come up, but nobody got weird. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I'm glad because my job is the GAC man. You be worrying about the guy with the money. You forget about the old man in the back with the pea shooter. Because if I shoot them, they're gonna pee on themselves a little bit. You know. But we had a good time, man. I was thinking about going turkey hunting in the morning.
Nice.
So is Sean.
You know, I feel pretty damn good. I had a little run of gout there for a little bit. But now I'm feeling
Cherry
pretty,
juice.
Yeah, black cherry to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
And take a laxative, get it away from you. But yeah, I had 3 deer. I put a little short up today. I had 3 deer right behind me, a doe and 2 yearlings. Man, I had to wipe my lip a couple times. I was drooling on that little backstrap set. Right, I mean, he wasn't 15 feet from my window. You know, so
yeah.
But I just in my yard. I like seeing them walk around my yard. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we try not to get the ones right close to home. I mean, we don't here in where I'm at, but even back in Idaho, we tried not to get them right in the yard. You know, we left those so we could admire them.
We had to shoot 1 or 2 where I was from. Shit, some bitch would ate your goddamn garden up. You didn't.
Yeah.
You know, when we tried all kinds of stuff to keep them out of there. Finally, you know, just come out there and blast a couple. And while the old man's on the tugboat, the old man knows I got them deer at the house. He'd have been pissed. But you know, just pop a couple. And I like yearlings. They're tasty.
Yes, they are. And then
you get more than getting a Bambi. You know, they just got out of spots. They're pretty good size. They're getting about as big as their mama. You know, that's time for them to be made chicken fried backstrap.
It's so good.
I love backstrap, man. I like deer, period. I like making chili out of what most people think we're.
I never tried deer before, but I heard it's good.
It is.
Deer's actually my favorite. A lot of other people would rather have elk or even moose, but I would rather have deer.
I'd rather have moose over deer, but I'd rather have it over elk. You ain't had the right moose. You know what I mean? I'm done.
Yeah, I just don't. It's a little more stronger than I like, and so I mean, it's not that I don't like it.
They didn't clean it right then because I had a buddy. He used to get one every year or every other year, and he'd hang them up for days and days. And that was better.
Hi, Jules.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I didn't mean to cut Mr. Duggart off, so please continue, sir.
Oh, I about got it all out. You know, that's pretty good.
Wait. Which one's Mr. Duggart? Because I can't tell.
Do what, idiot?
Now
do you know who Mr. Duggar is, you little scum sucker?
That's him.
Where's your other? You need to get an icon with your other football team. I know you got 2 of them.
Duggar's the one that sounds exactly like Ron White.
Right?
Yes, very much so.
Oh, he does.
Call me Tater Salad.
Tater Salad.
I didn't know how many old boys they were gonna take to whip my ass, but I knew how many they were gonna use. That was fucked up, you know. I've been in a situation similar to that, but I didn't.
So, Mr. Yank, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. Not too bad, not too great, but you know, doing what we got to do to survive.
There you go.
Gigi, I just wanted to apologize for the dire wolf little bit back and forth that you and I got into on Facebook. I apologize for that. I took it a little seriously, and I shouldn't have. I apologize.
Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. And I hope I didn't offend you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry.
So, how's Marv doing? I mean, I heard something about lymph nodes, and they had to take a couple out and things like that.
Well,
I went through a couple of years ago a little leukemia thing where they were fucking really screaming down my throat about being afraid, and turns out it worked out okay. But yeah, when I heard that, I was a little scared for Marv because he's a good dude.
Yeah, no, they did do, it's called a leukemia lymphoma flow.
Okay.
And when they did the test, when you would open the test up and look at the results, one of the last things that it said, everything looked good except it said something about Hodgkin's further testing. And so then we were both like, oh shit, you got to go in for more testing. That's what we were thinking. And we were thinking that they were thinking it was, Hodgkin's lymphoma. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So then, actually Marv emailed the doctor and the doctor said, no, we've already done the test. And everything is showing that everything's good, but there are some more tests that need to be read by a pathologist, and I think she said an oncologist. And so she said as soon as you get those tests back, those will give a more definitive answer as to what's going on. And so Marv was like, okay, well then just not within like I don't know, half hour, these tests came in from the pathologist and the oncologist saying that they were malignant. They were non-malignant.
Well, I'll tell you something, Yank. He's a pretty tough guy because, he took gutter. He took one for the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got to be tough.
Yeah, he spared the rest of the world from us dealing with
right.
Well, I know Potter wandered in that bar at the right time.
Well,
my kind of girl, I'm telling you.
He always says when I tell him that Mr. Duggar says, yeah, that you took one for the team, Marv, he's like, yeah, well, they don't know it, but the joke's on them. That's why I have her get on YouTube. So she leaves me the hell alone.
Yeah, we know that.
Good. Yeah.
So yeah,
he's
anyways, from everything that the test shows is that everything's good. We're in the good. So of course we'll still show up at the appointment and let her walk us through. I'm sure they charge us $200 for that, but whatever. We'll go walk through that and listen to what she has to say about it, and go from there.
You heard about when her and Marvin got in that fight. She wouldn't talk to him for 30 days. I asked old Marvin, so what happened? She said, well, she said she wasn't going to speak to me for 30 days. And he said, well, you got to get a little break. He goes, I know, but today's the last goddamn day.
That's funny shit. Yeah. No, I get it. Geez, what Gunnar, what facilitated them finding these things with his lymph nodes? You said I go ahead.
What happened was about a year ago he had went in for a hernia surgery. But that hernia surgery, when he got done with it, it never healed. It stayed swelling up. Like every time he'd get up and do, anything at all, it would almost like his leg would swell up, and he'd be like, look, it's swollen. I'm like, yeah, that is kind of weird. And so then he asked her at his, I think Nate, quit burping in the freaking mic. He asked her at his 3-month checkup if, this was strange that at 3 months it's still swelling up. And she said, "Oh, no, we'll check it in a year." And
What the
so,
fuck?
yeah. And, I was really leery at that point. And I told him that, I thought he should at least go get a second opinion. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, no, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine." Okay, well, so now here we are at this time. Well, that scared the shit out of him when he seen the test that said, leukemia, lymphoma, flow.
Fuck yeah.
That was enough to just about send him into a tizzy. And of course, me too, because even when I read the results, it just, everything looked fine until you got to that very last one. Well, then after he emailed the doctor and she emailed us back saying, "Hey, you need to wait for the pathology test." That's what it's saying, is that you got to wait for that further testing to come in. So when it came in, it seemed, like both of them were, saying the same thing. So that kind of made me feel a little bit better too, because it was 2 different doctors that were reading whatever test it was that they had looked at. So that definitely made me feel a little bit better. But like I said, we'll still go through the appointment with them and make sure that, we know that we have all the knowledge that we can get to make sure we're on the straight and narrow. But I definitely want that there will be more follow-up than she gave him last time. And I will tell her that if you can't handle the follow-up of, checking this before, because as far as I'm concerned, we're damn lucky that it didn't turn to cancer.
Sure.
You leave something for a year like that, you're asking for that kind of problem. So, just get it out of there. Whatever, it's a lymph node, take it. But let's figure out what's causing that. What's making that go, if it's not cancerous, what's going on?
Right. Yeah, man, I hate that fucking guess shit. You go to a professional in the medical field and they start guessing.
Well, here's what really pissed me off was, so he went in, he had the surgery done, then he comes home, and then they put something in his chart that my chart thing that you're supposed to open up and look at. Well, you can't understand it. And you said, "Oh, and just wait a couple weeks before, and we'll tell you all about it when you come in a couple weeks." No.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell us now, because we're not waiting 2 weeks to know what the hell Hodgkin's is even doing in there. Why does it say that? So we wanted all that shit explained. So I felt better after she emailed us back. So like I said, it was good. It's like, I do want to say to him, why would you do that? Why would you put it in the chart to make somebody scared to death? I don't know about you. I would rather not have the test in front of me and wait till I talk to the doctor. And why are you scheduling it out 2 fucking weeks? Marv goes, "Well, she's only in there Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays." Well, then the bitch needs to work more.
Yeah. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? Fuck. It's crazy. On a side note, my old man, he's up there in his age. He's got AFib and all these other problems. And he just went for a stress test and everything. And they won't tell him a month from now what the stress test results were. And he can't get an appointment for follow-up visits to figure out if something else is wrong. This is goddamn America, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I've seen videos of people from Canada complaining, I've had cancer throughout my body. A woman, she said, "I've had cancer, breast cancer, blah, blah, blah. And they think I might have a tumor in my head, but I can't get a fucking appointment to get an MRI for 18 months. It's like, are you shitting me? To see if you got a fucking tumor in your brain? 18 months. What are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Well, they're all desensitized to empathy. These doctors and stuff. I mean, they just don't have any. You're just and I guess you kind of have to be that way if you deal with this stuff every day.
Sure.
You can't get like too personal.
Sure.
It's just you're just another customer, another business to ching.
Mm-hmm.
Move on to the next one. I remember.
Except you're not.
I know. Like
it's an actual life. It's not like you're dealing with,
Yeah, I remember 2017. My grandmother died, and I went to go meet my aunt and her for her diagnosis at the hospital. And there was this Indian doctor that came in, and she was so fucking like cold. My grandmother didn't understand like the different stages of cancer or whatever. So the lady comes in and is like, that's stage 4 cancer. My grandmother was like, I knew. And I looked at my aunt, she knew. But my grandmother was like, well, how many more stages are there? And the lady stopped and she put her paper down. She looked at her. She's like, that's it. You're done. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
What great bedside manner you have.
Right.
I'm over here, like, oh man, my grandmother's going to die.
Yeah, you flunked that. You flunked that class, didn't you, honey? Right. The bedside manner class. You flunked that one, huh?
I never really wanted to punch a lady until that day.
The one thing I did always say, though, and I did actually say this to even my mom's oncologist, and that was, you know what, you don't have to come in here and be my mom's friend, but what I need you to do is I need you to tell us the truth. Because if you come in here trying to be your friend and sugarcoat and shit and all that, then I'm not making the decision that she's wanting me to make. I need you to come in here and not sugarcoat nothing. Bye, Nate. So that was one of the big things for me. But I do understand the whole, I always tried to, just because of, I mean.
Yeah, you can be straightforward in a nice way too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to be a human. Right.
Yeah.
It
depends on how bitchy I am. I mean,
yeah, crazy stuff.
Yes.
So
how's your puppy?
Very well. Learning good. Very smart. Still bitey, man. And I'm having a serious allergic reaction to, I think it's either, it's one of two things. It's either a food allergy or an environmental allergy. She is just scratching and chewing the shit out of herself. I don't know what to do. So I'm trying to whittle down whether it's chicken, beef, or fish insofar as the food. But I can't do anything about the environmental stuff outside, where she goes outside to go party. And, but yeah, it's a child.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know my daughter had a hell of a time with the skin issues with her lab that she had once. And boy, was that a pain in the ass. I mean, they never ever did get to the bottom of what it all started with. Well, we think it has, when it was a puppy, we think it has an allergy to something. So they started it on some type of medication and it went from there. They didn't know what it was. Remember what you said about, they really didn't know. They just guessed it shit and started throwing shit at it. That's kind of what they were doing with this poor puppy. And they just, I mean to tell you, by the time they got done, that dog was running up and down the side of the house, trying to itch its back. Like it would just go crazy trying to itch itself, that poor puppy.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm trying to go with a holistic method. I'm trying coconut oil. I'm trying fish. I'm trying salmon, the omega-3s and omega-6s or whatever the hell it is. all these stuff. I'm trying, but the sad thing is you have to eliminate stuff as you go, so you understand what you're getting towards. In other words, fuck, I'm hammered. Don't mind me, guys. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
So you have to eliminate stuff and be aware of what you're doing. So you can keep a running log of, okay, it's not fish, it's not chicken, it's not beef. It could be right now in Florida here, there's heavy pollen of oak. And I got an oak tree in my backyard. I don't know if that's the problem. But so, man, it's just a pain in the ass. You know, you just want to see him happy, but she's doing good. She's healthy. She's getting bigger. I don't post a lot of videos of it because what the fuck? It's just a dog.
It's a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, and when he got this thing, he was just like, "Oh my god, it's the greatest thing in the world!"
Hey, Gutters, you got Pigskin Pete in here, and
I see that.
And
I
is saying you got an incoming raid.
I see that. So let
Hey,
me say,
Shizzy, what's up?
Pigskin Pete, how are you, sir? Being human is a lost art. It sure is. It certainly is.
Absolutely.
Took me a while to remember how to be one after other people do you stupid shit.
And Shizzy, how are you,
Yeah.
Shiz?
I got a puppy too, Yank. That biting thing, it takes a while for that to go away. Those
bro.
They
Come
just
on.
want to chew everything, man. Fuck.
Dude, and shark teeth. They're like a little velociraptor.
Oh,
They're
those puppy
fucking
teeth are
crazy.
brutal, man.
Man.
Dude,
That's
there
a
you
fact.
are.
He bites me. I go to pull my hand back. I slice my hand 10 times worse than if I just let it chew on it.
Yep.
Yank, what kind of pup you got?
It's a pit bull.
Yeah, what kind of dog you got there, LW?
One that his dog would eat for a snack.
Ooh.
What is it?
What do you got, bud?
It's a Maltipoo. Maltese and a poodle. It's like a bigger version of a Maltese, I guess.
Okay.
Smart dog.
Cool.
Got it for my daughter.
Nice.
She's doing this.
He fell in love, so he's got matching outfits now and walked through.
That's right.
Come on, shit for daddy out
This
there with a pink,
Great big LW walking this
leash.
little tiny dog. That is the funniest thing to
cute,
see
man.
great big guys with those little tiny dogs. You know, you see it at the end of the fucking leash. It's like, what is that?
No, dude, I live in the land of Chihuahuas. I ain't kidding you. I live in New Mexico. So there are Chihuahuas everywhere. You got these big old burly guys in biker gear walking Chihuahuas. That's the funniest shit you ever see.
That is funny.
Yeah,
I'll tell
Shizzy,
Mr.
you are
Duggar,
always
I got-
welcome.
Huh?
I just wanted to let Shizzy know that he said he might come by in a bit. And I said, you're
Oh.
always welcome.
Right on.
And yep,
I'll
and
tell you,
here
Mr.
comes his
Duggar.
raid.
Go ahead.
That's okay. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I know what you're saying, man, because like I got a female dog, and my wife has bought because of the allergies, like these body suits for the dog, and she's a little puppy, so she's wearing these little fucking outfits that are all pink and shit. I stand outside my front lawn walking around, and I'm like, my neighbors must think I'm out of my mind. With I probably suck a dick somewhere.
Yeah, they think it's got colors on there.
Okay, so Shizzy just sent his Shizzy's rate is here at 329 people. Holy moly.
Whoa.
Nice.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
Hello there.
Bonnie. Wanda said hers is a retriever. She has a golden retriever.
Nice. Nice.
And Britt, hello?
I'm just a godfather of a duck crazy chasing Drakgar, which is a wire-haired spaniel. That's my buddy's dog, but I claim him as my dog, so I don't have to get one. That's Loki. I love that dog, man. That's a good dog. He's getting up in years, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's like all of it. He's getting up in years. Shit, I hate wearing out dogs. That's another 12, 15 years gone of your life.
Yes.
Hey, Gigi,
For sure.
the link is pinned to the top of the chat, right? Pigskin was.
Yes, it is.
Pete was
Yes.
asking.
Yes, it's at the top of the chat. You're more than welcome to come on.
That's it. Gutter's Pub, Pete. You got to go to Gutter's Pub. I'm streaming with you. I don't know how to put it up at the top.
Here, do you
I'll go there and drop it.
I'll put it in chat. So will he see it if I put it in chat?
Yeah, of course. Lance here.
Lorraine?
Hey, my boy Lance. How you doing, Lance? I hope everything's going with you, brother. It's been a minute.
Holy moly. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, welcome everybody. You said Lance is there. Oh, yep, I see him.
That's
the Hawaiian fisherman.
That's a fishing rascal. Aloha. That's the Kalohi kid. You know, Kalohi, that means the wild child, the crazy guy in Hawaiian. The Kalohi kid. The first time I called him that, it freaked him out. He didn't think anybody in the world knew he was a Kalohi kid. How you doing, Debbie? Good to see you, sister.
Hey, Debbie.
Bonnie said she has Boston Terriers. Oh, boy passed in
Nice.
December, and her girl is 15. Wow. And Brett said, "This is fun."
Mm-hmm. Well, Gigi and fellow Gutter Pub people, I'm going to jump off because I'm about 2 drinks past where I should be talking. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for having me. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a great
All right,
night.
Hank. I'm
All
glad
right.
you came up, darling.
Thank you.
Love you,
Peace.
Hank. Good night.
Yep. You too. Bye-bye.
Sir, how you doing, darling? How's old hog leg? I
I've always heard Yank say that, and every time he says that, he never sounds like he's even had one drink. He wears drinking pretty well.
Yeah, he does do really well, but I can usually tell, and I'll usually let him know, Yank, because he always wants to know, like, hey, once I get to that point, let me know, man. So
I wish I could sound that good when I'm not sober.
As long as I'm sitting down, I can always articulate the English language, but it's walking and talking at the same time that can buck you up sometimes.
See?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been really hammered, man. Last time I got hammered when I lost my brother, and went to was at my nephew's house, and I was on a mission, and I completed my mission.
there you go. Sometimes you
I
gotta
got out of it without puking at all, and I was just about as dizzy as I could be. I did happen to break the sink in the bathroom though. Kind of leaned on it, going, "Oh my God!" I think I was talking to Jesus at that time to try to keep me from puking.
Jeannie says she has 2 giant rescue dogs, and Britt says she has a border collie.
Speaking of the dog, I'll be right back. I got to put her up. Now she's chewing on the bottom of the couch. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Get her some chew toys, man.
Oh my goodness.
She has about $150 worth of chew toys, brother.
Oh, okay.
But they don't taste as good as that leather couch.
Right.
One of the smartest dogs I ever had was a border collie. His name was Pooch. And Pooch was a coon hunting rascal. He'd run the ditches all night, and when he hit something, we'd let the hounds out. It was one of the greatest parts of my life back when I was a kid, running with my friends and coon hunting and messing around in the woods.
Yeah. Hey, Magic Angel. How are you?
I hear you, Lance.
9 chihuahuas, 3 are rescues. Lord, 9. 9.
You can have 9. I mean,
I
they're
know,
little
3 to a
bitty.
pocket, right? Little acorn. Welcome.
I'd have a wiener dog and German Shepherd farm if I could. And I'm kind of fond of beagles, and I like old mutts. The ugly old mutts, they're my favorite. You know, I know I'd come home with some frizzle faced mutt if I went to the pound. I'd go find the ugliest dog there, and that's what I'd do. I can't help
Pigskin
it.
Pete, I don't see you.
I put
You're
it in
not
his.
here, honey.
You're in the back. Oh, he's probably in my back room.
Here, I'll post it again.
Let me go get.
Does
hold
he
on.
see the link?
I don't know. Let me see.
Where's Fools?
Well, I can't tell if he's in my. No, he's got to be in. He's got to be in yours.
I don't see him.
Because I don't have control of shit. Even on my channel, I'm just.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Yeah.
There's only me, you, and LW. That's really weird. Go down and come back and see if it pops it. That's really weird, though. I did the invite right from here.
There you go.
Oh, that's why it's not. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I guess
There
you
he
would.
is.
There he is. ¿Cómo
Howdy,
está,
howdy.
cabrón?
You're muted.
Yeah, you're just muted there, Petey. Mama's probably yelling at him. Or you yelling at her to get him a beer.
Right?
Hello?
Salutations.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Duggar? What's up, old dog?
Oh man, you know, we're just hanging out here with this semi hot milk.
Semi.
I see that you're gonna say something about it.
Why you do her like that? She's hot. Don't am I?
Thank you.
Because she's semi hot because she has a husband.
Oh, well, I'm married too, but she's still hot.
Yeah,
why you gotta do that to her?
She's hot. She's hot.
What's up, Pete?
What's up, L Dub?
What's going on with with your little self there, Mr. Pete of the pigskin type?
Yeah, I don't know. I came on here to support the Duggar live stream.
Well, thank you, man. You're supporting too.
Yeah.
I've got a few of my people been coming in, and I do appreciate all of y'all. Y'all come over and give Gutters a sign up. If you're signed up to me, you will be saved when we take over.
That's right. That's right. Y'all, and I give y'all a wrench so that you can, sign that, so you can go to each other's channels and check each other out and that whole bit. So that's kind of the whole networking thing that I try to do here. That a few of the other channels I know do as well. So.
Well, Peter, are you ready for college football already, or what?
I got a 20. I backed myself into a 24-hour live stream next week.
What?
Somehow, somewhere.
How'd you get wrapped into that?
I don't know. But somehow I got roped into it. So next Thursday, from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
A 24-hour live stream. I think this is the third one I've done of these. They always end up being a disaster. I don't know why I keep getting roped into this. I don't know why.
You're like that dude that never says no, right? You just
yeah, it's kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you won't have Edward there to liven it up.
Edward.
Yeah, you seen
No.
him do it?
Well, I dropped Pigskin's link in the chat. Everybody go over there on his 24-hour live stream.
No, I've got 2 channels, so make sure you go to the right one. It'll be on my main channel.
I think yeah, that's the one I posted, I think.
Okay. Thank you. Droopy, thank you.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Get you about hour 20. See if you made it. That's a long time.
And
man.
when are you doing that?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
So I think it's the 20. What was that? 24th.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day it is.
Is that Eastern time?
No, not this Thursday. Next Thursday.
Okay, and what is that? Central? Where you at?
24th.
I'm Eastern.
Yeah.
I'm Eastern.
That's what I said the first time. You said no.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 p.m. Eastern time. Everybody go over there and tell them we remembered.
Yep. April 24th.
Yeah.
Kimberly.
Was that going to be a college cover-all of the anticipating season or what?
A what? Of a what?
What are you going to be? Well, maybe it didn't come out right. Sounded right. But, are you having a show about the coming season or?
It's 24 hours. It's literally anything that you can think of. There's no topic.
Theme. There's no theme. Okay, cool.
The topic a team starts with like the first 5 minutes. After that, it's a free for all.
Right on.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
I guess in a 24-hour stream, pretty much everything will get covered at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Twice.
Right, twice.
Maybe even 3 times.
And we're going to collect for Jerry's kids now, too, people. Y'all remember that?
Jerry don't even have kids anymore.
No. He took his kids.
Yeah, I would think that 24 hours, I can barely, I mean, sometimes I can do maybe 6 if a bunch of stuff's going on, but definitely not 24 hours. Holy moly. There's no way.
Need one of them donuts to put in your chair.
Britt F is from Norway, and it's now morning where she's at, and she has not slept, so she's going to bed. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Make sure you sub up to us and come hang out with us again. Glad you came here.
Bye, Norway lady.
Sleep tight.
Yes, sleep tight.
Nice. 280 people watching. That's good, Gigi.
Yeah.
Wow. Welcome in.
Yeah. Amazing.
Don't be scared to join us. If you have something you'd like to talk about, talk to Gutter. She's pretty easy. But right now we have the most interesting man in the world, Pigskin Pete, and myself, LW, and the Great Gutters Pub.
Yeah, Pete, you should tell everybody about your channel and what exactly you.
I don't know. I've been around a long time. I've been around since 2017. Mostly college football stuff, but I branched out into basically everything. So I don't even know what I am at this point. I'm just Pete.
Just Pete. Yeah. When I go over to your channel, I know I can kind of get a variety of stuff. Like I know sometimes it'll be football, but it's not always football, which is why I usually end up going back because I could give. I don't care about football, but I know that you have other stuff that goes on over there, so I'm always like,
Yeah, it depends on which channel. I have 2 channels. So I have the Pigskin Pete channel, which is what I started with, and then I have the Pete podcast channel, which is what I think I'm calling you from that now. I'm not even sure what I'm calling you from. So those are two different things. So the Pigskin Pete channel is definitely college football, like all the way. The Pete podcast channel is anything and everything. I mean, you want to talk about the pyramids, guns? Like I like it's totally off the wall shit.
Right.
So I don't even know which one you're talking about, but the Pigskin Pete.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was not subbed up to that one.
Which one?
So, the podcast one.
Oh, the Pete podcast channel.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I dropped it in the chat. It's kind of like your Tuesday show, Gigi. It's kind of like whatever the
whatever.
You know.
Yeah, I was talking about like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody, make sure you sub up to both of them, but definitely that one because woohoo.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
You been keeping up with the Trump stuff there, pedo guy, old pal, buddy?
Huh?
You been keeping up with Trump and all their the things going on in the world, and are you worldwide or
as much as I can, as much as the next person? Holy shit!
You know, who do you believe? You know, I mean, he's giving the false media hell, man. He just calls them straight out. When the Ecuador president was here, he said, "Yeah, don't listen to them. They're fake news." And CBS, he's back. He's suing them again.
He's giving them the goat.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
you can go fuck yourself. Bunch of goddamn Wuhan fucking whatever. Bend over, suck my fucking nuts. I'll give you the goat.
He is the goat. You gotta love that. He walked with knobby knees. That was the funniest one I ever played of. He had knobby knees or something. I don't remember what it was. I peed on myself. It was so funny. And how's Mrs. Pete doing?
This is how she's doing.
Yeah, being a single man does have its advantages.
Yeah, it's what it is.
And disadvantages, but you know.
No, that was like at a little league game or something like that.
Yeah, that was at my son's little league game. This is my wife yelling at the umpires. Yeah.
That's so mean.
I mean, it is what it is. It happened.
It sounded like that umpire had someplace to go and wanted to get out of there early, and Mrs. Pete disagreed with it.
I told her, you know what? I got to live with her.
Yeah.
She's right about everything, then, by God.
So
the umpire looks over at Pete, and he just kind of shrugs his shoulder like, what do you want me to
do? He goes, what she said. Okay.
So again, you're kind of like my husband, Mr. Duggar always says that my husband Marv took one for the team. You're kind of the same way.
Oh, I took one for 3 teams.
I shall not talk about Mrs. Pete like that. Just because I'm scared of her, too.
I'm scared of her.
I'm scared for you, Pete, by God.
See, Marv loves her Tuesday podcast. That way she can go on the internet and get all of her anger out to all of us, so he doesn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want me to troll her up, get her started there, Pete? She's really.
Yeah.
I'm going to get. No, you gotta wait because I gotta go get something to drink. I'll never make it.
You better go that. You open a new fresh box of wine or what?
No, I'm not drinking wine, or I will go off. I'll be right back. Just a minute.
All right, she's gone. We can talk about her now.
Yeah, I want to hear. I want to get her fired up.
Just start talking politics with her.
So what do we say? Like, what's the trigger word? Like, I got like a bunch of trigger words.
All you got to do is act like a liberal around her.
What's the one that gets her fired up?
Talk about about conservatives to her. She'll try to be wishy-washy and try to go both ways, but when you hem her in, she will lose her freaking mind, dude.
Well, one might make her head explode if you just start talking about Pete like everybody should follow the science and not listen to conspiracy theorists.
Oh yeah, okay.
That'll probably get her riled up to a 10.
Exactly. I hope she can't hear this. She's wearing her headphones, wouldn't she?
I'm listening now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Damn.
Hello, the noticer. Okay.
So Pete was saying...
I was saying you probably shouldn't take that shot.
Right. Yeah, no. I will try not to.
Hey, the government knows what you need. You just do what the government tells you to do. Gutter.
Remember, Gigi. Remember, Gigi. 5 feet, die. 6 feet, live.
Yes, exactly.
Wear the mask to the dining table, and then you're in the safe zone. It can't live above spaghetti or steaks or anything.
Y'all are just trying to get me set off.
No, it sounds like they're talking to me. Like all that shit pissed me off too.
Yeah, I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
The whole thing with grooming the kids in school.
Yeah.
Oh, we know how to kill them. Let's just put them all in the old folks' home. There you go. That'll cure them.
Hey, listen.
Pathetic! You are pathetic!
I gotta get me one of those boards.
This channel is not responsible for anybody's thoughts or vibes. It's for entertainment purposes only. And if you disagree with it, we don't care. We want you to come stay, have a good time, and play. If you're if you got to be over the age of 18 to be in here. If you're not 18 and above, get the hell out of here. This is for adults only. Nothing should be taken seriously, once again, because this is for an entertainment value only. And if we piss you off, well, hey, go play a good old hide and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you go fuck yourself.
I love it.
I know one thing would have got you triggered. I know you. I don't know if you watch. I don't watch every Rogan or anything like that, but the last few days, he did a podcast with Dave Smith and Douglas Murray, and boy, that would have infuriated you, Gigi. This British guy talking about what an expert is and all this stuff. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. There was a couple of them that was going off the other day, and I don't even remember what they were on. But it's one of those things they get to going on their. It's almost like when they talk about what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. It was like they deliberately went to go with the wrong thing, even though they knew it was wrong. They knew they shouldn't. I just don't understand how people can do that. Like, how is it all of a sudden you can't see common sense? Or, I just don't understand it. But, man, there are a lot of people that cannot see it, especially here in Oregon. Holy sheep shit.
I think it's the devil myself. I think it's evil vibes. A man just got arrested for praying outside of a place where they have abortions. And, his wife had an abortion. He was praying for his son that was taken from him by an abortion. And the cops asked him what he was doing, and he wasn't right by it, but it was about a half a block down. He said, I was praying for my son. You told him what he was doing. They arrested him. So, and in England, that's becoming a big thing.
Yeah.
To arrest people.
That's so wild when I hear these stories. Sometimes I feel like I live in a different country.
Bizarre world.
Inside of America, I feel like I live in a different country.
Where do you live, LW?
Texas.
Well, you shouldn't feel like that at all. Why do you feel like that?
Well, I'm just seeing like these stories of people getting arrested where like what he just talked about, like where
Yeah,
Gigi
that
lives.
sounds like a different country to me.
Like Gigi lives, all these protests and riots and all this stuff, and
Yeah,
the
I
New
mean,
York subways.
protests are
It's just
fine
like,
with me, but that's not what he was just talking about. You know,
country, but and it's going rampant through the UK and Europe. There's been some of it being shut down by people that are sick of out of their country. People getting like us, we were just swamped by illegals, and we're not the only ones that did that. They were using the playbook because they were already doing it in England and in Europe and in Germany, flooding their borders with different kinds of people, that think they own the country now, So that's the same thing that's going here, and we got these judges popping up trying to tell Donald Trump what he can't do and can't do in an executive situation, an executive call of a president's, defending his country. I mean, first time in a while I've heard of a 9-0 vote in the Supreme Court against that guy, so that was pretty cool. Maybe there is some hope. There's just some things they have to vote. I think that they lose one once in a while to them so they can get them on their side on more important things. But I think Joe Biden's pardons are going to get wore pretty thin pretty soon.
I don't even like. I none of that matters to me. We've still got gun rights, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all I know. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get whatever I need with that and ammo. Oh, did I say that?
Yeah, you said it. And you meant it too, and so did I.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I dare you. Come on, let's go. Not you on here, but anybody. Let's go. I dare you.
Yeah, that's why. Let's kept them from land invading us all these years. Is the amount of weapons that's thrown, around the country.
Yeah, for sure.
There's like 4 for every person in the United States. Because you got multiple owners. One guy owned 30 guns. Or 5, 6 guns. So, and there's some people out there with some serious weapons. They got their own cannons. They got their own machine guns. There's people out there with their own tanks that work. So, I don't know. I didn't like getting threatened by Joe Biden. Well, we got F-17s. Try that against F-17. You're going to use my own jet against your people?
No, he's not.
No, yeah.
He's full of shit.
Oh, he's history, dude. He's history. We should ban the word Biden.
He doesn't even know what day it is. I mean, he's definitely not like. Look, my brother just retired from the Air Force last August. 25 years. I said, let me ask you a question. If Joe Biden told you to bomb us, would you do it? He said, I would bomb the White House before I do that. Okay? So there's nobody out there that's going to, there's not a single military person that's going to turn themselves on the American people.
Exactly.
Because Joe Biden told them to do so.
Well, except for those DEI ones that they got in there, which I think they're getting.
They ain't doing it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there'd be other soldiers stopping them.
Well, that's what I would hope. Yeah. Even if they did, they'd surely have somebody else after them. They would, the rest of the ones that actually had common sense and could think, for themselves.
Well, Trump is clearing house. That's one thing. They you watch. They'll take Milley. He's going to go up under treason charges. I feel it. That one they just got rid of, thank God they finally got rid of his ass. And it's the military and the people that's going to keep this country a republic. And the president can't do it by himself. All he can do is be a great leader, which I think in my lifetime, and I'm not a cult member of the Trump train, but I do think Donald Trump is far by the greatest president we've ever had in my 65 years. And then I'd say Nixon. And then Ronnie was kind of a Biden, but he was still a good guy. He's he thought he was in a different movie, but he was pretty tough on Russia and other countries and China, and that's kind of pet president. We have a bold, powerful president that's not you can't talk shit to. That's how you get respect. Not paying back money that they don't deserve because they'll just use it for terrorism
and shitting your pants behind the podium.
I always, TF has said it before. You have to be able to find something good in some presidents, but also the ones you love. You have to be able to admit things about them that they don't do well. Like Reagan, he banned quote unquote, assault weapons.
Assault weapons. Reagan did a ton of bad shit.
Right, Reagan did a lot of stupid shit.
The war on drugs is a complete failure. Yeah,
given immunity to the pharmaceutical companies for vaccines. That was Reagan. That was Reagan.
That was huge. That was just fucking a huge failure.
Yeah. That's why I told you he wasn't even close to my favorite because he had a lot of fuck ups, but I've never seen a Democratic president worth a shit, except John F. Kennedy, and I don't remember him enough personally to be able to have an opinion on it. All I got is hearsay from years ago in black and white and shit, and watching him get shot. I remember the day he got shot because my mother thought they had shot my Uncle John. She came out of the house and said, "George, they shot John." And that freaked my old man out, and it still freaked him out that the president was shot. But he said, "Well, where's Maxwell?" Was my Uncle John's wife, and she goes, "Not John, your brother, John the president." And he goes, "Oh, there he is." Saruga. But shit, I think Trump's doing a bang up job. He didn't know what was going on the first time. Now he knows.
Well, we'll see. I mean, compared to what Biden would have done, what are we talking about here? Of course he's done a bang up job. I could do a bang up job compared to Biden.
Correct.
In my sleep.
Mm-hmm. I wish Biden could have done a better job if he'd have just fallen asleep. Maybe.
He was. Seriously. That's when he did his best work. That's when he did his best work, when he was asleep. And that's when everything got signed.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there was a stamp, and he didn't know what he signed. He had not a clue.
Auto pen. Well, it clearly showed that they'd used the auto pen while he was at the beach a couple of times. He wasn't even in. He wasn't in Washington where they said it. He was, and he's supposed to be there if his name is being signed, even if they're using an auto pen.
He didn't even know what day it was.
No.
The one day when he was out of the country, I don't remember where he was, Jamaica or someplace, and he walked into the bushes. Oh my God, that was the funniest shit ever. There was the time that he walked into the bushes at the White House, but the one where he just walked straight into the bushes and they recorded the whole thing. It was so funny.
the best part was, he pardoned like 40 people the last day he was in office. And they were like, do you remember pardoning this person? He goes, no. And they're like, do you remember pardoning this person? He goes, no, I didn't pardon that person. They go, well, you did. He goes, I didn't do that. It's like, what the fuck? Well, somebody did. I mean, you might have signed it. Holy shit, man. You're pardoning people you don't even know what you're pardoning? What are we doing?
Was it Shane Gillis said he's talking about, after his speeches, he would back away from the mic and just turn around and walking like he looked like a Roomba.
Like a Roomba.
He's going to the left, going to the right, turn around in a circle.
That's exactly how my entire unit looked when I was an administrator of a memory care unit. That's exactly how they walk. I mean, they ain't one of them got any, what do you call it? Affect. They don't, like, there's just none there. Like body language, no facial feature. And he had that exact.
He pardoned was his son. They go, do you remember pardoning your son? He goes, I didn't pardon my son. What? Yeah, you did. What? That should be null and void. If you don't remember pardoning somebody, then it's null and void. So Fauci, take him off the list. Hunter Biden, take him off the list. Tupac's dad, who gives a fuck, take him off the list too. Jay-Z, take him off the fucking list too. What are we doing?
Right.
He said, no. What?
It does seem quite. I think that some of the things that go on, like that went on, like that whole 4 years, I think we just got to the point where we were completely numb to whatever the government was going to do. They were just going to do in that 4 year. I mean, the craziest shit went on. It was like, are you serious? And now, now we're into what, 80 days, something, 85 days.
Yeah, almost
and what I like is that Trump came in with, he came in with guns a-blazing. They kind of didn't have a chance to do anything before he had shit rolling. I mean, he was not stopping at nothing. They
don't know what to do. It's like at this point, it's just like, oh my God, he's Hitler, he's Nazi. Shut him down. Like they have no idea what to do with him. Mm-hmm. And he's a lame duck president too. So, I mean, he has no there's nothing. He doesn't have to get reelected. So fuck him, right? So he's just like I'm going full steam ahead with everything I said I was going to do. Fuck you. Watching these people pull their hair out is more fun than anything I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's so much fun. Just watching everybody freak out and we're like, oh my God, it's Hitler 2.0. It's like, did y'all go to history class? Do you know what Hitler was?
Right.
I say all the time, my favorite new pastime is watching you bastards melt. Just melt. Just keep melting.
It's so much coming at you at take 3 days and don't pay attention to Twitter or the news and come back and take a look. It's like you missed 3 weeks.
The newest thing is now he's going to pursue a third term, which, by the way, it's not happening.
No.
It's not. He's not pursuing it. It's not happening. Nobody's going to support that. They'll do anything. They'll do and say anything to make him look like a dictator or Hitler.
Oh, he sets them up to do it too. It's just
no, he's not. He's not doing that.
Yeah, he does. He always said, the next election, he's talking about JD, but they're trying to twist his words and saying, I'm going to run a third term. He's a dictator.
Well, I was watching
a third term.
I was watching Rogan. It wasn't about politics. I think he was talking to a comedian. It just came up in conversation. He said he asked Trump about it. He said, what's up with this third term stuff? And he said Trump told him, I don't know. I was just kind of joking around. But everybody got so fucking up in arms about it that I just kept going with it. Like he's just trolling people.
With the
Yeah,
Canada.
he's a troll.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, they're all worried
Actually,
about. A lot of the red state attorneys are starting to starting an investigation in on Fauci and all them people for things they did in their state.
Good.
You know, and that's going to lead to go ahead and lie, motherfucker. Lie one time. You got immunity, but that means you can't lie. You have to answer questions from taking the fifth. Once the fifth is gone, or you've got a pardon, you have to come in. You have to comply. So I mean, that's gonna trip them up a lot.
Why would they even offer Fauci a pardon in the first place? I mean, that means you're guilty of something. Otherwise, why would they even offer you that?
And specifically from 2014
Yeah.
to 2024.
well,
And
and
why would you accept it?
didn't they say that it wasn't lawful or whatever for him to give them those pardons without a crime being committed yet?
Yeah, I think that's scheduled for the docket on the Supreme Court, actually.
Why would he even offer him a pardon for a crime that wasn't committed, though? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Because there was a crime, and he knows there
was.
Well, the whole thing was a crime. That's the thing about it. Like when the state, like governors and locking down, that has to pass at a local level through the legislature of the state and stuff like that. You can't just, like the county judge can't just come out and say, we're closing all businesses. That has to be a law that is by he
accepted it too. So he thought that he committed the crime enough to accept the pardon. And look, if somebody said Pigskin Pete robbed a liquor store, and I knew I didn't rob a liquor store, I'm not accepting a pardon for that.
Right.
I didn't rob no liquor store. What are you talking about? But if I did, and they said, Pete, we're offering you a pardon. You robbed a liquor store. We're offering you a pardon. And if I knew I did it, I'd be like, word, sign me up for the pardon. I'm all in on the pardon. Let's go. Yeah. But look. We're not. This isn't fifth grade math class. Okay. If you did the crime and you accepted the pardon, you did the crime. Come on, man.
Yeah, Beretta would be all over that shit.
Come on, man.
Well, I've heard like these psychologists who do stuff for police detectives and stuff like that. They say when somebody's guilty, typically what they find is they'll calmly start just talking about, I would never do that. I'm not that type of person or whatever.
Yeah, I would do that.
And they say innocent people, they flip the table over. They're like, what the fuck? Like, they're pissed off. They, you're right. If somebody pardon for what? I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
And I think what's missing is the perp walks and the arrest. Everybody's jonesing for that. But they want I believe they want airtight cases where they can't stutter their way out of it. They got to, they'll take a shot here and there, and they'll see what their deployment of defense is against their clients, and then they just pick away. They're steadily picking away at it by dripping this information slowly but surely. And I think there's going to be some perp walks and major arrests. I really expect some very big heads to roll.
Yeah, I don't
think there's going to be the whole scheme of them, but I think Schiff's going to go down. I think the Clintons, one of them's going to go down. I think
you've seen that makes you think that's going to happen.
I don't know, man. I got a little doll I rub every night and wish on. You know, I say, please, 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 arrest Hillary. You know, I don't know.
I'm with you. I want it to happen. It's just not going to, though.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a wait and see. I think they.
I've been waiting to see for 20 years. So I mean, I'm still waiting.
Well, we're starting to see shit we didn't get to see before.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm kind of with Pete on this. I'm not going to hold my breath. I mean, I hope somebody has to pay for something, but I'm not going to hold my breath about it because I sure haven't seen anybody from the Bush administration arrested yet. But
Bush or Obama or
yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be nice to see it happen, but
Clinton.
if there was a reason, if it is going to happen, I mean, the only reason would be that they haven't done anything yet is that they're, getting all their ducks in a row first. But I am afraid that it's probably nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen.
Nobody had the audacity to even go after them before.
I know, but
so I mean, look what they found in Social Security. Look what they found in USAA. Obama started Doge, not Trump. So when all of them were yelling about Doge, Doge came in with Obama.
No, it started with Clinton.
Well, okay, Clinton and Obama, yeah, but
Clinton cut more waste in the first 5 days than Trump did, and Elon did. Hell, he fired half the White House staff his first day in there.
That's
We don't need all these people. We don't need people watching me get my dick sucked by some intern.
I don't need interns
Get rid of all
watching
these
me. I'm
people.
supposed to be fucking the interns.
That's right. I'm not going to bend her over the desk. I got to keep putting her under the desk. Damn it!
Are they hot or not? Come on.
I knew he was bullshit when he said I didn't inhale.
Yeah.
Liar.
I wasn't even a Democrat, and I can remember back then going, I don't give a shit what anybody's doing under his desk. I don't care. I need him to run the country. I don't care what. She's probably not doing it right. I would say Hillary probably doesn't know what she's doing. So whatever it is, that I don't care. I didn't care. But as time has gone on, I can see very plainly that.
Now, I don't know if it's true. I've just heard it from over the years, in interviews or books or whatever, that former Secret Service and people close to the Clintons always used to joke, or Bill Clinton used to joke about Hillary. He would go, "She eats more pussy than I do." So how can you blame Bill? How can you blame Bill for porking a fat 20-year-old?
I don't know, but I'm a visual person, LW. Jesus.
Yeah, and then Epstein.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be so crude on your show. I apologize.
Epstein laid the wood to him by that painting of Bill in the blue dress. Got you, motherfucker.
You guys, I have to get off of here. I appreciate you letting me on, though.
Yeah, anytime.
I ran him off with that one. Sorry, man. Sorry.
No. Trust me, it wasn't you. I'm way more crude than that. Thank you, though.
One more time, Pete. When are you going live?
The 24-hour live stream will be next Thursday. Not this coming Thursday, but the 24th, I think it is.
Yes, the 24th.
24th, Thursday, starting at 6 p.m.
And that's Eastern time.
Yeah, Eastern time. I live in South Carolina, down here in a Bobunk town called Charleston. So,
well, thanks for coming on and hanging out with us. Come
All
back
right.
anytime.
Thank y'all. Love you.
Good to see you, Bubs.
All right.
Good night.
I dropped that link again for Pete's channel for that
Yes.
24-hour live stream. Just put your notifications on and go raid his 24-hour live stream.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that from Gutters Pubs.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Clinton killed all the witnesses. Obama's drowned his. People are afraid. Well, you might be right there. And it is kind of weird that they all end up dead around them.
There was another chef that died up here in New Mexico under mysterious things. You know, drowned in one of our little streams. Trust me, we didn't. Where he was at, it's not a big body of water. You know, so
Yeah, I don't know, man. I would say, who would you say was the worst president, George W. or Bill Clinton?
Clinton. No.
Even though I still think the Clintons are crooks and
I kind of
thieves and all
think,
that stuff.
yeah.
But
I
just
have
as
to say
far as
George W.
what they did to the country as a whole, my vote would have to be George W. was worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he was an idiot,
I
dude.
agree.
There's a couple of people that can do good George Bush impressions.
Well, just the whole thing was an act. This fucking guy with his, he tried to do like the whole Texan accent, good old boy thing. He fucking grew up his whole life in Connecticut. They don't talk like that up there.
Hey, I own the Texas Rangers. It makes me a Texan.
You don't move to Texas when you're an adult and from Connecticut and act like you have this fucking accent or whatever.
Yeah. Pocket rocket. Outpourings.
Mitch's sister-in-law drowned in Texas at the ranch. Tesla. I was trying to read Bear's comment, but I think he might be drunk Texan.
Let's see. Put my glasses on. Maybe I can see that.
You have to know Taiwanese.
Yeah, as it gets later on YouTube, you have to put on your beer goggles to read some of this stuff.
Mitch McConnell. Oh, okay. Let me go back to that.
The turtle?
Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law drowned in Texas at the ranch.
At the Crawford Ranch?
In a Tesla.
She drowned in a Tesla at their
ranch, at Mitch McConnell's ranch.
Yeah.
Over by Brady, Texas.
Yeah, they probably took over her car, which they can do.
I saw somebody at a red light. They were eating a Whataburger in their Tesla, like the newer one. And the car was doing everything. It was wild to see.
Hey,
yeah,
Sam.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I could never do it. I could never not have control of the car. I'm sorry. I just can't do it.
I can't either. I can't even stand it. So I have a Hyundai that has, okay, so I say it's like the steering wheel is on a pendulum. And I had a mechanic tell me, well, it actually kind of is. What it is it's keeping you within the road is what it's trying to do. So that it's not drifting off. So it'll keep putting you back at that 12 o'clock. And so that's what it's doing. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need it to do that for me. I know how to drive down the road. I don't need it to keep putting me back someplace. Oh, it just pisses me off.
But it could
There's
save
no
you.
place to shut it off. It ain't going to save my life. I fight with that bitch every day. Still. Makes me mad. It can't tell me which way I'm going. Just let off my steering wheel.
It's what you get for driving a Korean car.
Pisses me off.
I might be like if I lived further out of the city and, country like long roads and stuff. I might let a Tesla drive for me or whatever, but traffic here, stop and go and freeways and red lights, no. People cutting each other off.
When I first got my Hyundai, I not kidding you. I got in it and it kept doing that after, and I hadn't drove it on a long drive. That's when I really noticed it. It wasn't when you were driving around town, because you're driving around town, it doesn't really get a chance to do it to you. But when you're driving on a freeway for a long ways, and all of a sudden you kind of feel it doing that to you as you're driving down the road, it keeps wanting to tell you which way, like to the left or to the right. To the left, it's like, no, I got it. I don't need your help. It was very frustrating. And by that time I'd already bought the car, so I was stuck with what I had, but damn, it's irritating.
Two best cars I've had, both one was Ford, the other one was Toyota. You know, I don't know which one I liked, but I had a little 05 Toyota Tundra. I loved that truck. That was a good truck. But I also loved my F-150. I think it rode better than at Tacoma. It damn sure fit me better.
Yeah,
but
those new cars that they have out, Jenny was talking about them, how the cars shut off when they come to a stop. Oh yeah, there's no way I could deal with that. Mm-mm. What about when it just doesn't start back up again?
Yeah,
now you're stuck there.
I had to rent a car a few weeks ago when my car was in the shop, and it's horrible. Like when you're coming out of a grocery store parking lot to go into traffic, it turns, like when you hit the brake, it turns off, and it's the weirdest feeling ever. It's like your car's off,
right?
And it turns back on, and then I turned it off. It has that Jeep had an option to turn it off, but they've got to go through batteries and starters like crazy.
I would think it's not good on it to be shut off and turned on, shut off and turned on. I mean, I just wouldn't think that'd be good.
I drive a MC Lincoln that I bought brand new with 4 miles on it, and I only got about 78 on it right now. It's a 16, but that is a comfortable running little son of a bitch, man. I love that car for traveling, but I would like to have a good old knock around truck. I'm thinking about I got to go get me one, because I'm gonna be having me a boat here pretty soon and drag it.
This, like a little Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Marv's is done. We're waiting on those spacers, and then he's gonna put the tires on, and then I can drive it.
The Rangers held their value pretty good too, man. That little old 4.0 they had in there was a tough engine.
Yeah, that's another car you'll still see on the road.
A bunch of them.
Here is the 2004 Ford Ranger. They're everywhere on the road.
There are more old Fords than there are old Toyotas or old Chevrolets.
My mom had a Chevy Maverick.
A
Ford Maverick.
I did too. I called that the chicken. It was bright yellow.
Mama's was red and black.
We took a little straight 6 they had in it, and we put a 289 in it. That was a fun little car. Real light car. Had an Opal one time. It was a scary son of a bitch.
Good night, Ma. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Bye, Ma.
Good night, Ma.
Night, John Boy. Night, Mary Ellen.
When I was a kid in the 80s, we had some little Toyota Corolla that got passed around from like my grandmother to my aunt.
Kill them.
And I think by the time we got rid of that thing had 500,000 miles on it.
Oh, yeah. We used to have one. It was blue.
You can't kill them old 98s and 97s. up to 2000, they were just straight up little beasts. They ran forever. They still do. But
now we have a Toyota Corolla.
I had a 2000 Chevy Cavalier. I got it with like 86,000. I drove it to about 160 and gave it to my nephew. And hell, he put another 140 on it. It had over 300,000 miles. And when he gave it to his sister, and she killed it, but she would have killed a brand new car the way she drove back in.
Right.
You know,
I had a friend that had a Cavalier, and she drove that fucking thing with it wouldn't come. It would only go 45 miles an hour. Like something was going on with the transmission.
mine was pretty quick. It was a little five speed. And man, I got almost 40 miles to the gallon, 35, 37 miles to the gallon that thing.
We drove that fucker all over the valley and the prairie. We drove everywhere with that thing, but it was at 45 miles an hour because you weren't going no faster. So it took us a long time to get anywhere, but we went still. We had to go. We just had to leave early.
I don't know, man. I like old cars.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see these, because there's probably not enough data out. These newer ones, the last few years, where they come out, the push where it turns the engine off at red lights.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see the cost of fixing that type of engine, and like when it gets to like 150,000 miles. I would imagine it's pretty crazy expensive.
So I'll tell you the movie that you want to watch that shows the best older cars, like to just take you back in time, is Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke.
Oh, yeah.
That movie has the best rigs in it. I can't believe how many of them are so cool. They're just so cool.
Old Chevys.
Yes, and just Novas and you name it. And oh man, you name it. Really cool rigs.
I killed the shit.
Caminos and
going down. Left it right on a side road in Houston. Walked through the apartment. He goes, "What? Where's the car?" And he goes, "I killed it." I did too.
I had when I lived in Austin for a couple of years, about 25 years ago, I had a Ford Thunderbird, and I would drive. Austin's probably 2.5 hours away from Houston, but I would come back and forth, sometimes.
Boat.
What's that?
Big old boat.
Yeah. I was driving out to Houston one time, and right in between Austin and Houston is a little town called Giddings, Texas. And the transmission blew right when I was going through downtown Giddings, right in front of a Texaco that also had like mechanics, like a mechanic shop. So they fixed the transmission, whatever. I had to stay in Giddings. Then a couple months later, I come back. I was driving back to Austin. And where did my transmission blow out? The exact spot. In Giddings, Texas, right in front of that Texaco. And I pulled it in there, and I was like, I threw him the keys. I said, "That car's yours. Bye." And I called somebody to come pick me up. I just left that bitch there. I don't know what happened to the title or anything. I just left it there.
I had a little Nissan Sentra blowing up on me one time. I was going to Deming from Mexico, man, and got lucky. I just throwed the keys and put the title. Find the title on there, put a note, say, you drag it off, it's yours. And throw my part. I had a rut sack, from the Army. And I throwed it up on my shoulder, walked out on the road, stuck my thumb out, and the trucker picked me up. And he gave me a ride all the way to the other side of Mississippi. And then I got out of that, and he had to take a left there, and I was going to Florida. And walking down the street, and this guy started learning, "Hey, you the guy going to Florida?" And I go, "Yeah." And he said, "Come on, man, I'm headed there too." So I said, "All right." So caught 2 rides all the way to Florida. Plus, they bought me snacks and shit. That was cool.
Yeah, that's back in the day when you could do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I was loaded because I just come off. I was on a shrimp boat, and I was going to Florida for was to get a car. And a buddy of mine had a car up there that I was going after. And sure enough, man, I got a ride almost to his door. And then I drove home about a year later. I hung out in Key West for a little over a year. Did some yellowtail fishing and
That
snapped.
sounds like a party in itself.
Well, it was fun. It was just way too much cocaine back in there.
I'll bet it was.
I couldn't do too much, and it was like,
Poor Mr. Duggar, he got stuck with the job of testing all the cocaine to make sure it was
well,
safe.
I hated that drug,
You just
but I
had to
loved
smell it.
I did love the way it smelled, but
You just had to test it for everybody to make sure it was safe.
no, I could look at it and tell if it was safe. Now you better watch your ass. You wake
That's
up,
right.
you'll wake up Michael Jackson and
Just
everything.
better off to stay away from all that shit.
Shit, I could look at cocaine and have a
Done.
heart attack now. My heart said, "You ain't gonna take that, are you?" I go, "I might." Oh, no, you're not. Oh, heart. Okay, I won't.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. We had some fun when I was there. I mean, I lived in a guest house of Hemingway's guest house, and I did a little bit of yard work there for a lady that was the one who took over caring for the place. And I actually brought a 6-toed cat all the way across the Gulf of Mexico when I went back to get the rest of my stuff. Oh yeah, that car died, by the way, going back to Texas. It was an old Cadillac, but I went back and I stayed at Cass when I went to work on a yellowfin boat or yellowtail boat. I walked down to the docks because you can always get a job. You want to go to work on a wharf somewhere if you can fish. And I heard two guys arguing, and a guy was like, "I told you about being late." And he said, "Get your sack and get your shit." And off he went, and I said, "That mean you need a hand?" He said, "You know how to fish?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You sure?" And I go, "Yeah, I know how to fish." And so we went out there and shit, dude. He wanted to start me out at 25%. I said, "No, I'll work for 35." He said, "Prove you're worth 35." And I said, "All right." We did. Hell, that old guy, he hated seeing me go because I showed up every day, and it was easy money, dude. To me it was easy money because I love to fish. Good night, Ann.
Yeah, everything's easy money if you like what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so when I left the place, I took a piece of vine there. They had a lily, not a lily. What's them damn things called? Ivy. Took an ivy and a 6-toed cat, and that 6-toed cat lived about 20-something years, man. But
I had 6-toed kitties. They were all Manx kitties.
Yeah, this one was a minx.
Yep.
He had no tail. But
Manx, they have no tail, and if they aren't born with enough of a stub, a lot of times they won't make it. And Manx kitties always have a higher ass end, and so their back legs are way longer.
Yeah, he
than
sort of looked
their
like
front
a
legs.
looked like a bobcat, man. He was a big old kitty, dude. When he grew up,
We
he
had
was
one.
a
His
big
name
old
was
cat.
Bobby. His name was Bobby, and he was like a watch cat, not just a cat. He was like a watch cat.
I think he was sterile because none of our cats ever got pregnant by him and got bobtail cats out of him. But he hung out, and he was good at keeping the lizards and the mice out of the yards.
Yep, they are the best mousers.
But
I love Manx cats.
he got fat and lazy like the other cats. So
yeah, Manx cats are awesome.
yeah.
Best kitties to have if you're gonna have a cat.
My goodness, man. I was still thinking about them deer that walked around in my yard today. They sure look tasty. I ain't had no deer meat in a while. And I didn't put in for the draw. I had to put in a Duggar's draw. Guaranteed get one then.
I think my son is actually, he put in for one in Idaho, and then he's got like, I don't know, like 3 other irons in the fire. I'm like, damn, dude. That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm going turkey. I'm pretty sure I'm going either. If I don't go in the morning, I might go in the afternoon. I know where there's a roost, so maybe I can intercept them going back to their roost.
Yeah, Sean's actually going turkey hunting in the morning. He was like, what do you think about me taking Lou? I'm like, or you could just leave him with me. He's like, he'd like to go turkey hunting. Of course,
Yeah, he's got all the camo and stuff, right?
What's that?
He has all the camo and stuff.
Oh, everything. Yeah.
What is he? He's 3?
He's not quite 3. Yeah, yeah.
That might be a little young.
Oh, he's been doing duck hunting for.
Oh, then he's ready to go.
Oh
then.
yeah, a year. Yeah, and he knows how to be quiet and everything. Like literally, will not say nothing. Will sit there and just be super quiet. It's amazing. It's like wow. I told Sean I'm going to tell him that when I need him to be quiet here, and he's like, "Don't! You're going to ruin it for my hunting. Damn it!"
Yeah. I took a girlfriend's kids duck hunting one time, and she was all worried about it. And boy, when they got home, they about talked her ear off. They had so much fun. And I took a 20 gauge with me so they could shoot a 20 gauge, and it still gave them a little kick, you know. But we had a 12 gauge with me, and we killed ducks. They didn't kill nothing, but they knocked feathers from a couple.
Sean actually has a video of Lucas calling ducks in, and then Sean shot the duck.
Oh, that's
and he
cool.
actually, yeah, I thought that was pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
that'd probably
Lucas
go
called
viral
him
if he put it
in.
on. If he put it on YouTube, that'd go viral.
Right? Yeah, he calls it in, and then Sean shoots it. I'm like, dang, that's pretty good. 2.5 years old.
I got to go fix me some supper, guys.
Well, I'm glad you came out and visited with us.
No, how long you gonna stay up?
I don't know.
All right, I'll
A
check.
little longer.
Check back later.
Okay.
All right, LW, take care, brother.
Love you, darling.
Bye bye.
Can you say?
Bye.
Can you say it for us before you go?
What's that?
Can you say it for us before you go? Reverb.
Huh?
Can you say reverb for us?
Reverb.
You know what? I usually say fuck you, LW. That's okay, man. Go over there and put some panties on your little dog. I'll talk to y'all. Hey, y'all talk shit about LW. He deserves it. Thank y'all for hanging out with my gutters and LW. We're sorry. Please excuse him. He's an asshole.
Yeah, I'm just. They let me out. They let me out of the nervous hospital. Nobody should listen to me anyway.
That's it. Y'all take care of your little bitty self.
See you later, Mr. Duggar.
And that fucker still didn't say it.
And he didn't say it. I can't believe it. Now it makes me think it does really butt hurt him.
Yeah, I won't bring it up anymore, Mr. Duggar. No more reverb.
No more reverb. Bullshit. We have to. That was the funniest shit ever. I'll never forget that in my whole life. Oh my gosh. I'm still trying to figure out why that was the word. Is that like who is that what most people use for a sound check?
No, that's why it was funny. We almost got out of here without us bringing it up.
I still want it made as a short. I don't know what is holding fools up, but that needs to be made as a short.
You don't have to worry about me making it short, Mr. Duggar, because I don't know how to make shorts.
I will make it as a short if Mr. Duggar won't disown me. I don't think he will.
I'm not even gonna bug TF with that one. I gotta let that guy have some a break. Hey man, you teach me how to do shorts.
Sure, pal. Mr. Duggar said, sure, pal.
Oh man, that's bad when somebody from Texas calls you a pal. That's not good.
Oh.
That means he kind of wants to punch you in the face a little bit.
Come on, it's funny, Mr. Duggar. It's the funniest shit ever. You know it is. It would be, about putting shit on YouTube, that would go viral. I'm fairly certain. Well, I thought Fools would come hang out with us. He must have been busy or tired or something.
No.
Or just sick of, our shit.
Sick of YouTube. It's easy to get sick of YouTube.
I know, it does. It does, for sure. But it's been very nice here. The days make it really hard to want to get on YouTube. Because by the time, I get done running around outside and doing whatever it is I'm doing outside, then I get in the house and do all the shit I got to do in the house. Then I'm ready to go to bed. And it's like, oh, if I turn on YouTube, shit. Then I'm going to be stuck on there.
He said more than a little bit. So he wants to punch me a little bit more than. It'll be all right, Mr. Douglas. The Astros won today, so we're doing good. We're doing good.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think anybody else is going to join.
I don't think so. I think they're all sick of me. You really hate to shut down when you have 189 people, though, hanging out.
I know. You would think somebody would want to join. And
I know. Right? You would think.
Somebody like a Traveling Fools, maybe, who might be listening in the background.
In the background.
Who might want to help Gigi out a little bit when she has 100 people watching.
Right?
That's just my opinion.
Lurking. You would think. I mean, go Stros, he said. Okay, let me look and see who's all live. Because I don't have a clue.
I can only go live a couple. I'm really only on these streams a couple nights a week because I've got a lot going on, but it's good you're live on Tuesdays and Fools is live on Sundays. That's fun.
Right. So if you get like one in there. What's that? What'd you say?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
The fucker?
Let's start a drama stream. That'll get people in here.
I know it, right?
You can dox me and I'll dox you right now. Then we'll just start yelling at each other.
Let's just do it, right? That'll work. It works every time.
Yeah.
That's what everybody else seems to do.
That's pretty much all YouTube is now.
Oh my gosh. I can't even stand going to any of the other channels. It's just like, are you serious? That's all you guys are doing is fucking drama. I'm out. I always make sure to point it out, though. Really? Drama again? Well, the ones that I actually talk on. Most of them I don't even say anything. I just let it. I just move on. I don't want to give them views if they're going to be stupid like that.
Yeah, I just do it in free time when I'm bored, just to have a few laughs. I mean, that's pretty much all I do YouTube for.
Right.
I'm not trying to build a following, or if it happens, it happens. But I just want to come out and have a few laughs with people I like. It's pretty much not more complicated than that. But this, I don't mean it to be insulting, but some people, this is just what they do. So
yeah,
to each their own. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Do whatever you want to do. But
if that's what you love, go for it.
Yeah, there's other things to do. Yeah. I'm trying to just do like the days that I have, and then I know, the people that I try to go support, I'll do those days, and then, I'm just trying to do other things. There's so much more to be doing and stuff that I have to be getting done. So, especially with the weather nicer now, and, I've been busy as hell. So, it doesn't make it, I mean, it makes it easy to be able to go and do all the other things that I need to do, and get up, be able to walk away from YouTube just because I've got so much shit going on. But
yeah, I've got 2 kiddos, bills to pay,
right.
all kinds of stuff going on. If going live on YouTube ever resulted in drama and fighting, I would just close my account down and never show back up.
Done.
I would disappear, and you'd never hear from me again.
Well, and I've always said that the minute that it becomes drama or stressful, like I have decided, like, even though there's still times, there's a piece of me that's, if I don't do my live when I, on my Tuesday or my Friday, there is a piece of me that's like, oh man, I was supposed to do this. But that's just because you get in the ritual of doing it. So when you don't do it, you know what I mean? It kind of nags at you a little bit, but it's not like stressful to me like it was before. Like before, I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't do my live. I feel guilty, like almost like it was a job and I missed work or something. So now I don't take it like that at all. It's just like, yep, I'm not going to do it tonight. I don't want to, and I ain't going to. So, and I ain't going to feel guilty about it or nothing. I'm just not. I ain't doing it. Fuck it. So, yeah. And I think that, you have to do it like that, or otherwise YouTube will become something that you'll get sick of doing, and or you'll make it your life, and then your real life gets set beside, and you don't pay attention to what the hell's going on in your real life. So,
yeah, you typically end up with the group of people that are like-minded.
Yeah.
If you just kind of do your thing, and just, if it grows, it doesn't, whatever. Just do what you enjoy. Exactly. Just like a job, if you enjoy your job, it's easy work, like we were saying earlier. But it's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be the dumbass in this situation, but I don't want to go chasing subs just to get warm bodies.
No, exactly. And I have always said that I never really wanted people to just come sub up to my channel to sub up to it to get the number. I just really didn't. I really wanted them to sub up to me because it was someplace they would want to come and be. They were like-minded, or even if not so much they had to be like a lot of us are here, but that they were open enough to have conversations that, they didn't go boohoo and whine and, feel like their pussy was hurt. So so that was one of the biggest things, is that I didn't want, and I knew that, your numbers will fluctuate because people come and they'll sub up and then they'll go, yeah, I really don't like this channel, and end up leaving. And it's fine. I don't give a shit. Usually if I sub up to a channel, I usually don't unsub. I might unclick click the
notifications.
Yeah. But I won't necessarily unsub from them. But, some people do, and I don't really give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. They can do whatever they want. And, my channel has always grown basically organically, in the sense of, even if it was pushed by somebody or whatever, they would come and, decide if they wanted to stay or not. And then some came and some left. And that was okay. I didn't care. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah, like I would never go to start dropping my link in a bunch of channels that hate politics, because they would be bored in mine.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I might want to talk politics. So it's probably not for them. Just like it's nothing personal, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I would never go follow a channel that talks about women's basketball all the time, because I don't give a fuck about women's basketball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, I will sub up to people that even if I don't like college football and all those, I still sub up to them, but I don't click the notification. Then I'm just sub to them. I give them a number or whatever. I will every now and then try to go check out their channel so that it continues to give them the sub, because sometimes it'll unsub you if you don't. So I will do that every now and then, especially if it's somebody that I do want to support, even though I could give two fucks about football. I'll still, try to show my support in that way. But it's not something that I'll do a notification on and, get notification after notification for that they're doing live or whatever. Because, I mean, it's not really, I'm not going to watch it. So, but I'll usually go and put a like on some and,
I'll hurry ya.
Jenny 8675309 said she has 251 subs and no content. Pretty damn good for no content.
Man, you're doing better than me, and I actually have a little bit of content. It's pretty good.
Yep, LW does have some content. I see your numbers though; they're organically growing. It's not like they're doing big jumps and then decreasing by half.
Yeah, I got a little over 100 subs, and
Yep.
anywhere from 50 to 100 people. I'll get views. It's a lot better than I did my first show, so I'll just do it. My schedule changes every week, so I can't do anything consistent like you. But
right. Yeah, and I always said that once it interrupts with my real life, then I'll change whatever it is I have to change or drop it or whatever if I have to. Oh, Jenny, type in chat, LW.
What are you going to
So
type?
Jenny can sub up to your channel. There, now you can sub up to him, Jenny. You just click on him.
But until I figure out what I want to do, or can carve out consistent times to do it, it's very simple in how I view my channel. It's just like hanging out at a bar with a couple friends for a little bit at the end of the day. That's it. No drama, no anything like that.
Yeah, and he's very sporadic. So, 1 week he might go one time, and the next week he might go 3 or 4 times. Or, I mean, you just never know.
And what's infuriating is one of the fucking nights that I can actually go live is Saturday night, later than Saturday night.
I know.
But YouTube is absolutely dead on Saturday night.
I know. Well, last Saturday night, I was just exhausted.
No, yeah, I'm not talking about you specifically.
No, but yeah.
Which is wild to me. Saturday night, I guess everybody's catching up on sleep from going live until 5 o'clock in the morning on the Wednesday.
Yeah. It's weird.
Dang,
yeah.
I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning on Thursday. I can't stay up that late whenever.
Or maybe that's the night that they pick to go out with their families or whatever, so they're away from the computer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not much into drama. Usually when they're drama, we usually try to just kind of ease on out. And even here, if somebody comes in with, their shit to stir or whatever, we'll try to ignore it at first. If that doesn't work, then the handcuffs come out. And not the one with the fur. But we really don't like to go there. And we really don't get tons of drama here, so. Or on LW's channel, unless he rage quits. Or on Fool's channel. Traveling Fools doesn't get lots of drama on his channel either.
Yeah, and people could pop in the chat right now or in other shows and be like, LW sucks ass. he's an idiot. I hate his stupid voice, and he's a retard. I don't like his channel. I'll be like, cool. It's true. Like, not everybody likes each other. I don't like some people, but it won't go any further than that as far as drama. I don't care.
Right, exactly. We're not gonna go, you son of a bitch, we're gonna fucking ban you, and nah, we didn't. We'll try to. We'll basically go, okay, whatever, or ignore it, or
Yeah.
And
everyone is not for everybody.
Right. Yep. And that's okay. We're okay with it. I think there's just some places people are more comfortable with and some places are not. And then you do have your trolls that are just want to be out there, There's good trolls and bad trolls too.
Yeah, good trolls just kind of want to, be a little bit edgy and make people laugh and stuff like that. Bad trolls want to burn the whole world down,
Yes. Yep. Yep, they're going to take you out as quickly as they can. Oh, and they're going to have fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely no fun. For me, anyways. I don't know. There are people that do like those drama channels, but I'm just not one of them. I like a good troll. A funny troll. Right, Flatty? Exactly.
What'd she say?
She likes a
I
good
don't have my glasses on.
Said she likes a good troll. A funny troll. Like smaller channels, you can converse with others. Yeah, true. Yep. It makes it much nicer. I mean, in that sense that it starts getting out of touch. Like we have a friend that has a big channel that actually they demonetized him in YouTube. And so he went to Twitter for one of his channels. He has two channels that are both good sized channels, way bigger than most of us would dream of. But and he's went to Twitter, but the thing about it is that there's not as many people, there's not as many subs over there as he had it in YouTube, but over there in Twitter, they actually, or X, whatever you want to call it, they actually they are in chat. Like there's 4,000 people in chatting. It's like, gee, and that chat just flies.
I know, it's like the damn NASDAQ stock market. Just flying
gosh, by. Yeah. Yeah, it gets crazy. So that it kind of takes the personal. So what's nice is Rick also has a channel that he does over on YouTube, and he does them on Sunday mornings, and it's called Think Like a Horse. And so that's kind of where it's way lower key. Like there's about 200 people that show up, or 300 people maybe, and not that many of them are actually chatting in chat. And so that's where we all kind of still are able to converse back and forth, where we all got to know each other, where I basically started my channel from. So
yeah, there's been shows I started watching in like 2017 that had like 100 people in the chat, and it was very, you could talk to people in chat and stuff like. And I still watch them today, but that's just how it is. When they get so big, you're just one of 20,000 people.
Yeah.
They went from 100 people watching to 4,000 people watching now, and they make like to where that's their living. That's their job. They make like $7,000 a month doing it.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. My friend, he actually had like 187,000 in one of the channels, and then 140 40,000 in the other channel. And he didn't make all that much from it, only because here's the deal is he only got paid through YouTube. And one of his channels is basically what we call the gun channel, which is all about your freedoms and your rights. And then the other channel is a horse channel. And the bigger channel is the horse channel, with more subs. But he actually made more money off of the gun channel, which was kind of strange. And they demonetized the horse channel before they demonetized the gun channel, which we thought was strange, because the horse channel, he just talked about training the horses, and he always goes like his training, like how he thinks you should deal with horses is no shoes and no bits. And so, he's very non-aggressive when it comes to horses. So it was kind of surprising that they actually demonetized that channel first. But he made, I want to say that he told us one time it was like $1,200 or $1,500 between the two channels. And he made most of the money off of the gun channel, I believe. So, kind of strange.
Yeah, and it's just something too. Like Twitter is this way too. You would have had to start your Twitter channel a few years back and actually just picked one thing. The worst thing you can do on Twitter is have multiple interests and post and reply to multiple things. You're going to get lost in the algorithms. People are going to unfollow you because they don't want to, either they don't want to talk about sports or they don't want to talk about politics. They just want their one thing or whatever. So you get lost in the algorithm. And the way that's set up is it's geared toward the people that are already big, and then when they change it, you get thrown out of an algorithm. And it's the same with YouTube. Like I was talking to Fools about this other day. They're pushing the shorts now. So on my YouTube feed now lately is just filled with shorts of channels I've never heard of.
Yep.
Because that's what they're pushing. So for me to think that I'm going to somehow make some fucking great big show out of this deal is stupid. It's not. I would have to put 40 hours a week into it. You could make money on YouTube, but you're going to have to pour a lot of time into it. You're going to have to drop 2 or 3 shorts a day, go live at least 5 days a week, and just pour all kinds of time in it to even get in the algorithm.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where if you weren't in the right spot at the right time, you weren't going to get. You're not going to get in the groove of, the algorithm or be there where you can actually make any money. I never looked at it as making money ever. I mean, it was never like I couldn't. A goal was to get to 500 just because, oh gosh, you got to 500 and they monetize you with, you get the super chat thing or whatever, and you can get memberships or whatever. So, but that was never, I could have really gave two shits. I mean, it was
right.
Never, and it's still not. I mean, I don't really care. It doesn't matter one way or the other. I'll be here, in whatever way to, even if it means I, don't have StreamYard or whatever, and I just go with all the cheap version shit. Oh, well, that's fine. No big deal.
And if you do try to make, if you are going to make money or have the goal of making money out of it, you've got to outwork the people who are in it to make money, because they work a lot harder than.
Yep.
They wake up in the morning, they start working on videos, editing, and they do it all day, and they're posting, and they're always working on new content.
Yep.
It's not just going fucking live on a fucking Sunday afternoon to talk with 15 people about, the price of eggs. And I'm not shitting on that, because some of those shows I like and I'm involved in, but You don't need to waste your time trying to drop your links anywhere because that's never going to pick up anything. You just have to accept it for what it is. It's a fucking cool hangout stream or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, it's like with Rick and his channels. I mean, he's been doing it for like 15 years. So, I mean, he didn't get big yesterday or a few years ago or when COVID hit or no, he had been big long before then. And he grew organically. He literally, people seen him because that's back when YouTube was there for, learning how to do stuff and that sort of thing. And so, people like wanting to learn how to take care of horses or whatever and train them or whatever, that would be where you would find him at. Or same way with the whole gun thing, learn how to take care of guns and all that kind of shit. That was what the other channel was for. So that's how all those people found him.
I've seen some channels resorting to, well, they'll go live and they'll just start posting. If you want me to go live in the second hour, you've got to super chat me $100. I got to have $100 in super chat before I'll go to hour 2. Well, I'm already done. I'm already done with you then because
no shit.
Now what you're basically telling me is you're going live to pay your electric bill or something,
Yeah, and in all reality, unless you are really good at it, going live isn't where you're going to make your money at. It's all in the videos and that sort of thing. It really is. I mean, that's where people make their money because that's where nobody's going to go back and rewatch a live. Lots of people will go back and rewatch videos.
Yeah, and I don't know. I certainly don't have it figured out, and I don't really want to figure it out, to be honest.
Yeah, me either. Shit. I don't know. He does not make money off of X yet.
Oh.
Rick. And how's Joey doing? I haven't talked to Joey in quite a while. Every now and then he'll stop in and say, hey, here. Or over at Fools. But it's been a while. A couple of weeks anyway.
That's the only fake account that I ever created was just to troll Joey about the football thing.
That's freaking hilarious. That's funny. I suppose how long we've been doing this? 3 hours and 30 minutes. I think we've hit our quota, haven't we?
I think we have. I think we've run out of shit to talk about. It's late. Nobody's joining.
Yeah.
Everybody's rude. And
that's right.
Just kidding.
And we'll all remember this.
It's fun though. We had Pigskin Pete pop over and
I know. That was cool. Yeah.
So hopefully we got some people over to his channel to sub up and help him out on the 24-hour stream.
Yeah. And Shizzy sending everybody over. How sweet. Thank you very much. Mr. Duggar restreaming it out. Yeah. Yay. You coming up and hanging out. Nate coming up and hanging out. Yeah, we did it. Alrighty. Let's call this thing off. Let me push this button right here. Y'all, thanks so much for joining us. We had a blast. And we will see you all in the YouTube streets.
All right. Thanks, Jeezy, for having me on. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
News bulletin. Step right up, got tickets on sale. In today's episode, trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. fence caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lions at the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleaders on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Come on! Witness the greatest show on earth! Ignore the flames!
It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through